Saturday night in London town. Where else would you want to be? Welcome to the Queen Elizabeth Olympic Park. There is the golden girl of these World Championships, Alice Tai. 6 gold medals for her at this World Championships. Is she going to add to that total tonight? One wonders. That is the scene currently overlooking this iconic venue, the London Aquatic Centre, playing host this week to the World Paraswimming Allianz Championships, host, of course, of the 2012 Olympic and Paralympic Games. We're 7 years removed from that competition. What a competition it was, and almost as a tribute, this week has been magnificent. So many new world records, so many new breakout stars, so many world-class performances. We are less than a year away from Tokyo 2020, and we are well and truly counting down by crowning the new world standards this week. Nice big crowd inside the Aquatic Centre tonight. You can see a lot of Union flags around, the American flag flying high by quite a few as well. Lots of Italy, Denmark, Russia, Portugal. They're all in tonight. Stephen Jameson and Liz Johnson here with you once again. This is the schedule, well, the first half of it at least, a medley heavy schedule tonight. We've got the medleys in the SM14s, the SM8s, as well as the SM9 categories tonight. Personally, my favourite races to watch. So often changing, so many different variables. We end with some 50-metre freestyles and some 100-metre backstrokes, and then the mixed 4x1 freestyle relay, 49 points, where our visually impaired athletes will take to the stage in their team event. The crowds are in, Liz, and they are making some noise. It's a Saturday night. We've got a really upbeat feeling here as we head into the penultimate day of these World Championships. A fantastic week tonight. What are we expecting from this evening?
I think, again, to go along with the theme of the week, well, we're expecting a lot of close races, a lot of exciting races. And a lot of athletes are actually only now getting their World Champs programme underway. We see the men's 100-metre breaststroke about to start for the SB9 category. Breaststrokers are often specialists, and they've got the breaststroke today, medley tomorrow. It's exciting times for the back end of the week, and the crowd, you can hear, they are louder. There are more families in the audience tonight. They can afford to stay later. They don't have to get up for work or school tomorrow. It is a very exciting evening.
It certainly is, and here we go with the first race of the night, the men's 100-metre breaststroke SB9 final. First out is the Norwegian Fredrik Solberg. He goes in lane number 8. Lots of support for the Norwegians in tonight. Team Fredrik, I've seen on quite a few personalised t-shirts. Rafael Kavlanovski of Poland goes in the other outside lane. Shahin Ijajar of Iran is an international medalist previously. Dangerous swimmer to have in lane 7, that's for sure. Dmitry Bartzinski is a swimmer in the opposite lane on this near side. This is Sina Zaygaminejad of Iran. He goes in lane 6, 1:12.94 for him this morning. Rick Pendleton of Australia, the 34-year-old now. His first World Championships was all the way back in 2002. James LaRue of Canada, a touch on the younger side of things. He is an international competitor. His best results coming at the Parapan Games in 2015. Stefano Raimondi of Italy has had a bit of a breakout championships. He kicked it all off on night number 1 with gold in the 50-metre freestyle S10. He swims in the breaststroke in the SB9 category, and he was the quickest through this morning in the heats with a time of 1:10.01. Here's your start list then for the first race of the night. Kalinowski, Bartzinski, Pendleton, Raimondi, LaRue, Zaygaminejad, Idzjar and Solberg. Saturday night in the London Aquatic Centre Where else would you rather be? We are expecting a night that will be box office, Liz.
Yeah, and European champion Stefano Raimondi, the in-form man from Italy, will be the one to watch here. He comes in as the fastest in the world with a considerable margin over the other athletes. But James Leroux of Canada swam a brilliant heat swim this morning. He took it out very, very quickly, and he'll look for an opportunity here to get a major championship medal at a world championship. And he's keeping Raimondi company.
Gone out really, really quickly, has Leroux, and he leads the Italian at the halfway stage. Now then, can Raimondi respond?
Well, this will be where Stefano Raimondi looks to move, looks to kick harder. He is the class of this field, but he hopefully, for Leroux's sake, can take him with him. They're going very well here, and there is a battle on for bronze. This is a real opportunity here for some of these athletes to get on that podium.
Here they come then, final 10 metres, and Raimondi has indeed moved clear. What a championships he is having. Another gold medal for Italy, 65.58 for Stefano Raimondi. Once again, the Italians are celebrating a gold medal. It's not the first of Raimondi's week either. James Leroux, exceptional in silver, swimming an America's record for Canada. And taking home the bronze will be Dmitry Bartoszyński of Russia. But Raimondi, he's already won 5 medals this week, 1 gold and 4 silvers. He can add another gold to that list now.
Yes, Stefano Raimondi enjoying an amazing week here in London as part of that very successful Italian team. And once again, we start a final session with a gold medal for Italy.
They are having an unbelievable championships. Raimondi then picks up the gold for Italy, 105.58. Leroux is a silver medalist at world level for the first time. Dmitry Bartoszyński picks up bronze, just touching out Rick Pendleton of Australia. That gold medal at the start of the night will propel Italy to the top of the medal table for the time being. Still a long way to go tonight, mind. Our next race could even change all that right away. We went straight to the final for this event. No heats this morning for the women's 100 metre breaststroke SB9, but there are plenty of familiar athletes in this one for us. First up is Renata Pinto of Portugal. She's followed by Alexandra Kazdezieva of Belarus. Here comes the beaming Michaela Jenkins. She won her first world title yesterday. Teenager looking to add to her collection in this one. Nina Ryabova of Russia is a dangerous contender to have in lane 2. Likewise in lane 6, Daniela Jimenez of Argentina. She's run really well this week. So too is Kira Stevens of Australia. Tall figure of the Aussie. Plenty of support in here for her tonight. And it is the 2 Dutch women in lanes 5 and 4, as it always seems to be in this event. First Lisa Kruger, and now Chantal Ziederveld. These two have both been on the podium together twice this week. They've exchanged world records in this event before. The current world record holder, quickest through into this race, Chantal Ziederveld. Here's your start list then. Kazdezieva, Ryabova, Stevens, Ziederveld, Kruger, Jimenez, Jenkins and Pinto. The Dutch aren't the biggest team in this competition, but my goodness me, have they been successful.
Yeah, the fastest start there coming from Lisa Kruger. 1 lane up in the Dutch team's colours of that blue suit. Ziederveld, she's got that 50 sprint in the freestyle, and here she goes. She will lead them out. There is a real battle on for bronze behind Kira Stevens of Australia, somewhat of an unknown in world waters. She does have a silver medal from the Pac Games, but this is really her first taste of this level of competition. And Zijdeveld's really gone for it here, down the first 50, turning 0.87 ahead of Lisa Kruger, who always comes back, always finishes strongly, and currently it's Argentina's Dani Jimenez who's in third position.
Well, as they come back for home, what a swim this is in lane 4 from Chantal Zijderveld. Lisa Kruger is starting to come back at her, though. The Paralympic champion wants to become the world champion, but I'm not sure she's going to have enough pull to do it. Zijderveld looking so strong, and for the second time this week, it'll be a Dutch 1-2, and it will be Zijderveld followed by Kruger. In they come. Chantal Zijderveld, 1:12.55, a new championship record, a fraction of a second outside her world record time. Once again a Dutch 1-2. Jimenez of Argentina picking up bronze. But Zijderveld, the European champion, becomes the world champion.
Well, there she is, all smiles, so close to her world record there. Sometimes, though, in these finals, it just comes down to getting that touch and getting the victory, because she always knows the threat that her compatriot Lisa Kruger poses.
A lovely moment between Lisa Kruger and Dani Jimenez there on the lane rope. All three athletes, I think, are going to be absolutely ecstatic to be on that podium. They're down below us, sharing a group embrace. It's lovely to see. But in the water, in this race, the competition was fierce. But no one was getting near this young lady, Chantal Zijderveld. Take a look at the underwater here. Fantastic technique.
Fantastic shot, just showing you there how balanced Zijderveld manages to be, even though she is missing that right hand.
Now you see the gap, it was a big one. Zijderveld, fantastic. And there we see Kruger straight over to Dani Jimenez to celebrate with her.
And that will be one of those podiums where all three ladies are beaming.
Here we go then, those are the official results. Zijderveld with a championship record, 10th of a second off world record pace. Lisa Kruger picks up silver in a second Dutch 1-2 between these ladies. Dani Jimenez picks up the bronze. On we go then with our next race. This is the men's 100 metres butterfly S13. Roman Agalikov of Kazakhstan is followed out by Kirilo Garaschenko of Ukraine. Garaschenko has got a really good championships, multiple medals, yet to claim a gold. Kirill Pankov was the silver medalist in Rio in this event. He's in lane 2. Or lane 7, I should say. This is the man in lane 2, Alex Portal. Very well supported in the venue this evening. Muzaffar Tursunkajayev of Uzbekistan goes in lane 6. Alexei Vyachenko in lane 3 for Ukraine. Islam Aslanov is the other Uzbeki swimming next to Tursunkajayev. Either of those gentlemen get near this man. Ihar Boki. He's been in fantastic form all week. That almost goes without saying. If he wins tonight, it will be his 6th medal. It would be his 5th gold. He set a championship record in the heats this morning. He owns the world record. 53.85. He set it in Rio at the Paralympics in 2016. He wasn't far off that pace this morning. This could be the race where Ihar Boki crowns off the most golden of weeks here in London.
Well, Ihar Boki of Belarus has been in phenomenal form this week. He's got great underwater off all of the starts and turns, and that's where we see him normally make that difference. But here, he's only half a body length up after 25, and now we see in that overhead shot as he comes into the turn, he'll have a sizable lead, but actually Aslanov is going very well to stick with him at this stage.
He really is. The two Uzbekis are right in the mix here. Tursun Kajayev was bronze in Rio. No, he's got the pace over this distance to push it out hard, but here comes Boki. This is what he does better than anyone. Just takes the race away. Final 10 meters. How quick is the time? Watch the clock. Ihar Boki into the wall. It's a fantastic new championship record. It's not quite the world record that I think he was after. He was only a tenth of a second off it. But Ihar Boki, what an athlete. His 5th gold medal. He is a phenom.
Yeah, and actually, Aslanov did very well there to stick with him for as long as he did. But there we just saw that strength and that power of Ihar Boki in those closing stages, pulling away, and he might be a tad disappointed there that he didn't manage to just sneak under that world record mark.
He was very, very close to it. Aslanov then picks up the silver medal in an Asian record time. He had to be that quick to even be in the same frame of shot as Ihar Boki. Alexei Vyachenko getting the touch ahead of Tursun Kajayev. An excellent swim from him. The Ukrainian will land himself on the podium a little bit later on. Great start. Still plenty to come. And this women's final is loaded. This is the women's 100 fly S13. A couple of S12 swimmers going in this one. They do need to be in the top 3 to win a medal, but they can break their own individual classes world record. Them's the rules and all that. Martha Reuter of the USA is followed out by Daria Lukyanenko of Russia. It's Marlena Endrelat of Germany. She goes in lane 7. Gia Pergolini's enjoyed a really good week for the USA. She went really well this morning, under 110. Rebecca Myers is an outrageously dangerous swimmer to have swimming in lane 6. Carlotta Gili of Italy goes in lane 3. She's the world record holder. Shok Sanamkon Toshpolatova of Uzbekistan will look to follow in the footsteps of Aslanov from the last race and go for an Asian record. I'd love to get a gold. And this is Daria Pikolova of Russia. She was the quickest through this morning and looked absolutely excellent. Here's your start list then. It's Lukyanenko, Pergolini, Gili, Pikolova, Toshpolatova, Myers, Endrelat and Reuter. Daria Pikolova was last seen in Glasgow in 2015 at those World Championships. The Russians have had to wait since 2016 to be featured again in international competition. This is their first major meet back. Pikolova looking to make up for lost time.
That blue cap of Carlotta Gili, the world record holder, did have the quickest reaction time, but once they were underwater and up and into the stroke, it was all pretty even. And here we see it is Pikolova of Russia in lane 4, just edging the rest of the field at the moment.
It is a loaded race, this one. Toshpolatova, Myers, Gili and Pikolova. Anyone from 4 is perfectly capable of winning a gold medal, and the athletes on the outside perfectly capable of springing an upset.
Well, Carlotta Gili had a great turn there. The Italian making up a bit of ground, trying to edge ahead of the rest of the field. She is the fastest lady in the world this year, but here we see Daria Pikolova showing her class, going with her stroke for stroke, and Toshpolatova of Uzbekistan also coming back.
Well, this is down to the wall. Gili leads, but not by a lot. This will go right to the touch. Gili versus Toshpolatova, who gets there. It's Toshpolatova! By 600ths of a second, Shoksanamkon Toshpolatova in Asian record time pips Carlotta Gili to the post.
Well, what a swim and what a finish. She's threatened for so long, Toshpolatova, to break into this top spot on the podium in this S13 category, and there it was. Carlotta Gili and Pikolova paying for that early pace, getting involved in their own little battle.
Well, Pikolova ending up in 4th place is Rebecca Myers of the USA, who's ended up on the podium once again. It looked at the finish like Gili had it. Let's take a look at how close this was. It was oh so close, and there you see. That's what 600ths of a second looks like. There was nothing in it. (1:03.89), an Asian record. She matches what her teammate did in the final before, but this time Toshpolatova puts Uzbekistan on top of the podium. Their first gold medal of these World Championships. Gili in silver, Myers the bronze. Well, sometimes when you see 600ths of a second, you think, oh, well, it can go actually quite a lot closer than that. Then when you see the slow motion replay, you are talking the smallest possible distance.
Absolutely. And some athletes, it tortures them for an entire season, but it also motivates them to train so that it doesn't happen again.
Those are the margins. Our next race is upon us. We go now to a paraswimming exclusive event, this, the men's 150 individual medley. This event is open only to those lower impairment classes. The butterfly is the stroke that is skipped out. They open with the backstroke, then the breaststroke, then the freestyle. So far we've seen Sharkon Kaustri of Thailand, Josip Top of Germany, Yanis Kostakis of Greece, and Marcos Zarate Rodriguez of Mexico. Next out is Arnulfo Castorena, and here comes Grant Patterson in that signature scooter. Enormously popular swimmer. Diego Lopez Diaz went very, very well this morning. He's got 2 events today. Usually very tough for the lower classifications to deal with. Diego Lopez Diaz was focused and reserved and controlled in his heat earlier on. Ahmed Kelly, as you see there, swam an oceanic record this morning for Australia. He looked in terrific nick. 3:03.71 was his time. Here are the finalists then. Top, Zarate Rodriguez, Patterson, Kelly, Lopez Diaz, Castorena, Kostakis and Kaustri. There is Ahmed Kelly, who looks really strong this morning.
He had a great breaststroke leg, and that's where he'll look to move if this is where he's going to take his moment, because Lopez Diaz looked very comfortable this morning, and he is the fastest man in the world this year, the man on the right of that shot, and he's got a bit more time in the tank. So Ahmed Kelly is going to have to control his emotions and choose the correct time to make his move.
2 Aussies, 2 Mexicans in the central lanes. Wouldn't be surprised to see the gold medal come from any of those 4.
Well, there we see Ahmed Kelly underwater, using his legs in a breaststroke motion, making the most of it, coming up now, but it is Diego Lopez Diaz of Mexico that is having a brilliant backstroke leg. We saw this in the heat. So it's to be expected, but we did also see that he was quite conserved with his energy. He put in a good heat swim, but as I said, plenty in the tank to go a lot faster. His quickest time this year, 2 minutes 55.2. So he is the potential threat here.
And as we can see all the way around the pool, so many different strokes. The SM3 class is hugely varied in its range of amputations and impairments. So many swimmers do what works for them, and that is the most important thing, is maximising their potential power. Here goes Ahmed Kelly. Watch this breaststroke from the Aussie in the centre lane. You might think that Diego Lopez Diaz leads by a lot. This will get closed to very, very tight by the time they turn at the wall.
Yeah, and Grant Patterson, the other Australian in this race, also had a brilliant backstroke leg there. He's a great breaststroker. He goes down to an SB2 for breaststroke though, so he is likely to be slightly more disadvantaged in this, but you can see those two yellow caps of Australia trying to claw back the early leader, Diego Lopez Diaz, and here comes Kelly up. He's trying to get on level terms with the Mexican, and he will try and be in the lead at the turn, the final turn. If Ahmed Kelly can get in front, which is exactly what he's doing now as we enter the red marker zone, signifying 5 meters to go of this length, then he's giving himself the best chance. And you listen to the Australian crowd roar.
It's Ahmed Kelly then who leads them home. Final 50 meters. He leads by 3 seconds. His freestyle is a mix of that breaststroke kick, which is so effective for him, and a butterfly style arm stroke. Can Lopez Diaz, a more conventional freestyle, catch him? He's doing well to pull the water back. You can see that stroke rate right up. It's going to go very, very close into this final 25 meters. Really, really not sure who's going to get this. Here comes the Mexican though. Diego Lopez Diaz is finishing very strongly, and Kelly will sense him away to his right. Can he do anything about it? He's trying desperately to work that stroke as quickly as he can, but the Mexican is gonna do it. Diego Lopez Diaz into the wall. Fantastic swim. 2:57.61. He is the world champion. A brilliant swim from Ahmed Kelly. Breaks his oceanic record for the second time in a day. And Grant Patterson will be on the podium with him in the bronze medal position. Ahmed Kelly knew he would have to lead it by quite a bit. He knew he'd have to hold on. But Diego Lopez Diaz worked it superbly as the rest of the swimmers in the outside lanes come in to complete the race. The two Aussies share a moment on the lane rope. Be a great moment for Australia having two on the podium, but they couldn't quite topple the great man, Diego Lopez Diaz.
No, Lopez Diaz did enough on that backstroke leg to give himself a big advantage. He knew the threat of the Australians, both of the Australians, brilliant breaststrokers. So he did everything he needed to do on that backstroke and gave himself a chance to claw them back on that freestyle leg.
So many different styles in this race. There you see Josip Top of Germany. He's got a very, very good backstroke.
Start to a very successful start to a busy night for Diego Lopez Diaz. He'll be going again later in the program.
Yeah, he could double up tonight. Wouldn't be a huge surprise at all. Does so well to maximise his potential, the Mexican. Here's the winning moment. All his power coming from his upper chest and his shoulders. Get those arms through the water. And once he gets up ahead of speed, that's where he becomes really dangerous, as Ahmed Kelly found out to his cost. These are the confirmed results then. It's gold for Mexico with Diego Lopez Diaz. Ahmed Kelly and Grant Patterson take bronze and silver for Australia. Here comes the men's 50 backstroke S5. Just looking down the start list at this one, Liz, I'm really excited for it. So many fantastically successful athletes in it. Beytullah and Eroglu and Siazbek Daliev of Turkey and Kazakhstan, respectively, are the first out. They're not expected to challenge for the medals, but at this meet, expect the unexpected. Francesco Bocciado looking to get into the party for Italy in lane 7, a multiple world medalist. Likewise, this man, Antonio Ponce-Bertrand. You've got two swimmers like Bocciado and Ponce-Bertrand in lanes 7 and 2. That's when you know it's quick. Igor Plotnikov of Russia is in lane 6, the double arm amputee. He'll get a good start, and then it's up to him to hold it. Daniel Diaz will be slower off the start, the Brazilian Paralympic legend. But once he gets up into his stroke, that's where he becomes really dangerous. Wang Lixiao of China goes in lane 5. He is the world record holder. He was magnificent in the 50 fly earlier on this week. He owned that world record as well, set it in the same meet, broke it by 1.5 seconds. Yaroslav Semenenko in lane 4 will be aware of that. Wang was cruising in the heats. What's he got in the locker for the final? Here's your lineup: Daliev, Ponce-Bertrand, Diaz, Semenenko, Wang, Plotnikov, Bocciado and Eroglu in the men's 50 backstroke S5 final. Fantastic calibre of athlete in this one. But such is the strength of those two in the middle lanes. And it could be a 2-horse race. We thought that for the 50 fly final, and Wang Lixiao made it a 1-horse race. In go the athletes. Lots of different starts preferred here. The low amputees often use a device to get themselves some leverage. Here we go.
Well, you'd expect the three athletes in the middle lanes, 4, 5 and 6, that's Semenenko, Wang and Plotnikov, to have the best starts, which is exactly what's happened. But that silver cap of Wang is leading the way. He looks formidable as we go into the closing stages of the race. He's pulling away from Yaroslav Semenenko, the European champion. And this is all about the world record holder, Wang Lixiao of China.
Take a look at the clock. The world record was 34.6. It isn't anymore. That is phenomenal. We'll have to wait for that time, but that is inside world record time from Wang Lixiao. That was stunning. Got a delay on the time here. It hasn't popped up for anyone. Wang Lixiao doesn't even know he's won for sure yet. A delay in the timing system. The whole venue made to wait, as well as ourselves and you at home. It's now confirmed, 32.59. He's done it again. It's deja vu for Wang Lixiao. Another monstrous world record. He only set this year in April, 34.6. It's now 32.5. 2 seconds off. It's a 50-meter race.
It was an incredible swim. There it is, confirmation of that result. The winner, Wang Lixiao of China. What a swim. Yaroslav Semenenko also going a European record to take that silver medal.
Struggling to find the words to express how impressive that is. Over 50 meters to break his own world record by 2 seconds is balmy. Wang Lixiao then, world record 32.59. Semenenko, European record in silver, and the great Daniel Diaz will have to settle for bronze. Wang Lixiao having an incredible meet. It's his 4th gold. His 2nd world record. 3rd if you include his part in the relay for China on night number 2. Here come the girls then for the women's equivalent. Sevilay Öztürk of Turkey goes in the outside lanes. Didn't get away too well this morning in the heat. She's a very, very good swimmer. Uses a similar technique to Wang Lixiao. Natalia Chauvel of Belarus goes opposite her in 1. Wang Shunru of China goes in lane 7. Ayumi Narita of Japan was right up there in her heat earlier on this morning. Only good enough for lane 2 though. Teresa Perales. That familiar smile. It's graced this aquatic centre before, back in 2012. Back this week and touring brilliantly. She'll have herself lane 6. Shen Xuntong of China goes in lane 3. Monica Boggioni goes in lane number 5. And it's a Turkish athlete in lane 4. Sumay Biachi of Turkey. Those of you who've been watching all week might be wondering, where is Ariana Talamona? Well, she did qualify quickest through for this event, but was disqualified straight away at the end of her heat. So no Talamona in this one, the only blot on her copybook for this week. Here's your start list then. Chauvel, Narita, Shen, Boyachi, Boccioni, Perales, Wang and Ozturk. Great to see a couple of Turkish athletes in this one. They've made really good progress in the last few years, Turkey. It's amazing what the impact of one athlete can do. It so often sparks a catalyst for more. There's Monica Boggioni of Italy. She was second quickest through this morning. Can she stop the favourites? Maybe actually of Turkey.
Well, a range of starts there, and it is Sumay Biachi, the fastest swimmer in the world this year, that's using that underwater, doing very well to come up a body length ahead of everybody else. Here now come the charge of the pack, and look at the top of the picture. In the outside lane it is Ozturk, Sevilla Ozturk, the Turkish and the swimmer that was started very, very well, but this is now all about the centre lanes, and this is all about the charge. Can the Turkish teenager hold on?
It's going to go very, very close. It's going to go very, very close. Will she get there? They go to the wall. It's on the touch. Oh, Perales has done it. It's gold for Spain.
Well, they're like buses in London. They had to wait till yesterday for their first gold, and now the Paralympic champion is the world champion.
Well, if you thought Teresa Perales smiling was wide when she entered out of the tunnel, the golden Teresa Perales smile is enough to light up the aquatic centre. What a swim that was. 300ths of a second in it. Boyachi's so close, just got touched out. Boggioni ending up in bronze. This is how close it was. Oh, it was agonising.
Well, the Spanish will be delighted.
Jacobo Garrido kicked off their golden rush yesterday with an unexpected gold at the start of the night. It would do Teresa Perales an injustice to say that was unexpected. She is such a legendary figure, but she does seem to have surprised herself with that result.
She had a brilliant heat swim, I think, and really put herself in the mix. And there we go.
Perales with the gold, Biachi silver, Boggioni bronze. Yet again, what a start tonight. By the time we reach that first medal ceremony, we get that little moment to reflect on how good a start it's been. And once again, Night 6 has delivered this.
Absolutely. This World Championship is going to go down in history as one of the most entertaining ever.
Seems almost fitting then that we kick off the evening's entertainment with an Italian national anthem. Stefano Raimondi, magnificent in the breaststroke. So impressive.
Winner of the bronze medal, representing Russian Federation,
Dmitry Bartosinsky picks up bronze for Russia. Plenty of the Russian team in the stands to watch their fellow swimmers go. Lovely to see the dapper medal bearers again. Youngsters from local swimming clubs. Bartosinsky looks delighted with bronze. James LaRue picks up silver for Canada. America's record time for James LaRue, his first ever world medal. He reached the final in the Paralympics in 2016. He's got himself a medal at the World in 2019. What awaits him in Tokyo next year?
Winner of the gold medal and London 2019.
This might be the answer. Stefano Raimondi. Another medal for Italy. Another medal for Raimondi. It's his second gold, his sixth total medal. 5 of them have been individual. Such a versatile swimmer. He's picked up medals in the free, the butterfly and the medley, and now the breaststroke as well. He's the champion in the SB9 class.
Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of Italy.
Italy pop the cork on Saturday night at these World Championships. It might even be louder than the national anthem for a host gold medal, the Italian won this week.
I think it's one of those anthems everybody now knows and loves. We've had plenty of practice.
I was just about to say that. We have heard it quite a few times this week. 15 times now in total.
Still opportunity for a few more over the next 2 days.
Absolutely. Out come the Dutch. This is one very, very happy podium.
Representing Argentina,
Dani Jimenez of Argentina. Fantastic bronze medal. It was a really, really quick race, and she touched out a lot of first-class swimmers to get this medal. Lisa Kruger, who got silver, was straight over to her to congratulate her. The two sharing a moment on the lane rope, and you can see what that means to Dani Jimenez of Argentina.
winner of the silver medal, representing the Netherlands,
Lisa Kruger of the Netherlands, a silver medalist once again. It's a repeat of the 1-2. That finished the 200-metre individual medley for the women's S10s. That one was so tight. This one a little bit less so. Chantal Ziederfeld, absolutely magnificent in this one. Got our supporters in tonight, obviously clad in orange. recognise the Dutch support in any sport anywhere. And the World Championship title for the Netherlands, who are having a real rush at the end of this competition. Chantal Ziedeveld picks up her second gold.
Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of the Netherlands.
Well, we mentioned when this race finished it would be a very happy podium, and you can see how much mutual respect there is there. We've seen on teams before in different sports and a lot in swimming as well that teammates can build up a real rivalry when they're constantly swimming against each other, but these two seem to have managed to separate friendship and rivalry, at least from the outside looking in.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think actually you respect the people that you're racing because you know they're training as hard as you are. You know it means as much to them as it means to you. And you know that you're only performing the way you are because they're driving you to those performances. And if you're a similar age and you like similar things, then it would make sense that you would be friends because actually swimming, I mean, what does that take them? 1 minute and 14 seconds, you know. So you hate, in inverted commas, them for that long. But then, as soon as the race is over, they're your friends again.
The action gets up back underway. This is a loaded race. Absolutely full to the brim of world-class talent. Tom Hamer scrapes into this final. He didn't go slowly this morning, that was just the standard. Lane 8 for the Paralympic silver medalist. Shan of Hong Kong goes in lane 1. Mikhail Kuliabin, rapid over the freestyle in particular, goes in lane 7 in this 200-metre individual medley, SM14. Liam Schluter has had a really good week for Australia. Daito Kairin of Japan led out his heat for a long way before falling back into third position. Here comes the world record holder over the 200 free. If Rhys Dunn is in with a shout with 50 metres to go, he will be exceptionally dangerous. Mark Avers is the Paralympic champion. Massive banner in the crowd to support the Dutchman. Vasil Kreinik, perhaps a surprise package in the heats this morning, quickest through. Tom Hamer into this final by 100th of a second in front of his teammate Jordan Catchpole, and only in it via a disqualification for the Australian Ricky Bieter. That was the standard. It was crazy this morning. Here's your start list. Shan, Schluter, Dunn, Kreinik, Avers, Tokairi, Kuliabin and Hamer. A really, really tough couple of heats earlier. Standard across both. Both could have been finals in essence. It was tough to manage the heats, these S14s. No such pressure here. They know they have to go out as quick as possible to have any chance of getting on a podium in perhaps the most competitive field of any race we've seen this week.
Yeah, and the danger is everywhere. These S14 athletes often struggle to pace a race, so quite often you will see them all go as hard as they can from the start, which adds to the drama as you get into those closing stages. But it is that black cap of Rhys Dunn of Great Britain, who is in formidable form here at his first ever World Championships, who's leading by the slimmest of margins at the first turn.
Brynick going out with him. Schluter not too far behind for Australia.
Brynick looking very good on the backstroke here. Reese Dunn there, we see him hugging that lane rope. This ceiling in the aquatic centre is very difficult to use to guide you down these backstroke lengths. But here we go. This is it at the 100-metre turn. It will be the man from Great Britain who's already got 2 gold medals at these World Championships leading. But keep an eye out for the breaststroke leg. The breaststroke is probably Reese Dunn's weaker leg of this individual medley, and this is where Basil Krynak will look to make his move, because Reese Dunn dominated the 200-metre freestyle earlier in the week, so he knows the danger that would be coming from the British man. So the Ukrainian will be looking here to lead at the final turn, but Reese Dunn doing very well here to keep with Krynak as we turn into the final 50 metres. Reese Dunn is 0.37 off the lead.
Huge swim from Reese Dunn to keep the pace, and now he's got to go. The Japanese swimmer in lane 6, Daito Kairin, sneaking into first place at the turn, and he's finishing really strongly. But here comes Reese Dunn into the final 15 metres we go, and it's between Great Britain and Japan. Dunn and Kairin who gets there. Daito Kairin for Japan, 2:08.16, a massive new world record.
Well, the Japanese behind us are going crazy, and he went completely under the radar. He wanted that so badly. He was the fastest man in the world this year, and Reese Dunn's strong freestyle was not enough to catch Daito in there.
Unbelievable swim. Unbelievable swim from Daito Kairin. Reese Dunn will pick up the silver medal. He also was inside world record time, but not quicker in this race. The bronze will go to Vasyl Krynik of Ukraine. Way back in the end. With 15 metres to go, I thought Dunn was going to do it. He seemed to have that extra bit of pace, and then something happened. Daito Kairin just seemed to dig deep and find another gear to go to.
Well, we talked about the pacing problems for these SM14 athletes, and they do sometimes go out really hard, and it was the Ukrainian and the Brit that went out quickly. Tucker in there, he just bided his time and came through at the end.
Well, his breaststroke was so strong, put him into contention. Came from nowhere to be leading at the turn. Reese Dunn would have just wanted to be in with a shout at that turn, and he was. And he absolutely smashed it. You can't do anything more than go inside a world record pace. It's a European record for Reese Dunn, but not a world record. That belongs to Daito Kairin. What a swim, 2:08.16. Vasyl Krynik, the bronze. What a race. Great Britain take a silver in that one. They'll be looking to take a gold in this one. This race is similarly stacked in those middle lanes. In lane 8 is the Indonesian Suyuchi Indriani. Pernilla Limbia of Sweden goes in lane 1. Elisabetta Barbatina, who anchored Russia's freestyle relay earlier on this week. Could be an outside shout if she can be in with a chance at the final turn. She's very, very quick over the free. Chan Hui Lam of Hong Kong goes in lane 2. And listen to the roar for Jessica Jane Applegate. Huge support in the crowd for her tonight. She's got some incredible memories of this pool. Next out is Louise Fidders of Great Britain. Went really well this morning. Keep an eye on her in the breaststroke leg in particular. Valeria Shabalina is a wonderfully balanced swimmer. Been on the podium for every event pretty much for the S14s this week. Bethany Firth goes in lane 4. She was the quickest through this morning. The Great Britain with 2:25.32. Was smooth, but Bethany Firth contradicts really what is expected in a medley. It's that in a moment. Lindbjerg, Shan, Fidders, Firth, Shabalina, Applegate, Barbatina, and Indriani. That is your start list. But Bethany Firth, rather than maybe waiting for a breaststroke to be the catalyst, she tries to break the field in the early going. Her backstroke is her strongest stroke by a long way. And she will look to have after the first 2 lengths and hold in the second. The start crucial for Bethany Firth.
Yeah, and the race for the medals really looks to be developing after the heats from those athletes in the 4 centre lanes. Valeria Shabalina, the world champion, the last time that she was on the world stage back in Glasgow in 2015. Bethany Firth was the Paralympic champion in Rio, so there is danger everywhere. And it's Shabalina that leads after the first turn, with Jessica Jane Applegate, the butterfly specialist, in second, and Firth in third. Louise Fidders of Great Britain also got a brilliant breaststroke, so the 3 athletes that are currently at the front of the picture will know they've got to work this first 100 metres, because she will be charging the world champion from this week, Fidders, the breaststroke specialist. She will be looking to reel these athletes in. But at the moment, Shabalina a body length up on Bethany Firth. Bethany Firth would have hoped for being closer at this turn.
Yeah, 100%. This is a really, really fantastic swim from Shabalina so far. To lead out Bethany Firth after a fly and a backstroke by the best part of 2 seconds is phenomenal.
Yeah, Bethany Firth is the Paralympic silver medalist in the breaststroke. Shabalina won a bronze medal earlier this week, so they're fairly evenly matched on this breaststroke leg, and then it will come down to the freestyle. But keep an eye out for the breaststrokers who are now making their charge. Shanley Lam of Hong Kong in lane 2 and Louise Phillis of Great Britain in lane 3. They are clawing Jessica Jane Applegate back as we go down this third length.
Well, Shabalina is the world record holder, set that at the European Championships in Funchal in 2016, the last time she competed on the international stage. She's been fantastic all week long, and she leads the way home here for Russia. Final 25 metres, and the gap looks too big for Bethany Firth. Louise Fidders leads the race for bronze at the minute in front of Jessica Jane Applegate, but Valeria Shabalina here is flying. What a start, what a finish. She's going to be really close to world record time. How quick is it? Oh, it's phenomenal. Championship record for Valeria Shabalina. Bethany Firth with the silver. It's Louise Fidders with bronze. 2 Brits on the podium, but that is an unbelievable swim from Valeria Shabalina. In the face of that field, to win by that distance, that is incredible.
Yeah, great championship record there for Shabalina of Russia. Yes, 14 great British athletes have enjoyed significant success in her absence, but she has announced this week that she is back and she means business.
You can see what that result meant to her as well. This is the one race where she's had to take on all 3 of the British girls who've been expected to be so dominant across different races this week. Shabalina hasn't been on top of the podium constantly. She's been beaten by Firth, she's been beaten by Applegate on occasion. But that was spectacular. World champion in the 200 IM for the SM14s once again is Valeria Shabalina, picking up from where she left off in Funchal in 2016 and in Glasgow in 2015. There's the results then. It's Shabalina with gold, championship record, a long way in front of Bethany Firth and Louise Fidders, who will pick up silver and bronze for Great Britain. Here come the medalists then in the men's 100 fly S13 class. Mihal Boki about to pick up another gold medal.
Will be presented by British Swimming CEO Jack Butler.
Now to be his 6th medal in total, his 5th gold.
Bronze medal representing Ukraine, Alexei Vichenko.
Alexei Vichenko, a really, really fine bronze for him. You can see just by his face, not the oldest of swimmers, not the most experienced. That's what this World Championships is all about. He's got a year to improve ahead of Tokyo, and Ukraine have very high hopes for him. Nazanov of Uzbekistan was terrific. Really took out Boki hard. Went close at the halfway point. Boki just too good in the second half of the race. Still a very strong silver for Uzbekistan. A great night for them so far. The rest of the S13 class yet to find an answer for this man. Ihar Boki's 5th gold medal.
Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of Belarus.
He is unstoppable in the flight.
He's unstoppable in most things.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Only been beaten over the 100 metre breaststroke this week, which in reality is a specialist event. Unprecedented to have such success across all 4 events that he does. We saw an Uzbekistani swimmer winning silver. We now see one winning gold. Sonamkon Toshbalatova. Rebecca Myers picks up a bronze.
Representing United States of America, Rebecca Myers.
Swimming upper class. The S12 swimmer. Had a really good meet this week in London. Carlotta Gili touched out by such a small margin. 600ths of a second officially. But in terms of what it looked like, there was absolutely nothing in it. The gold medal will go to Uzbekistan at this World Championships. And that's the first time we've ever said that. Not just Toshbalatova's maiden World Championship title, this is Uzbekistan's first ever swimming World Championship gold. What a moment for Toshbalatova. Breaking new ground for Uzbekistan.
Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of Uzbekistan.
history in the Aquatic Centre here in London. The first ever Uzbek World Championship gold medal. It shocks Anton Toshbalatova, who wins it. It has been that sort of championships where just everything has happened, and it feels fitting in a way that we've seen a country like Uzbekistan break through to win a World Championship medal for the first time here this week. It does feel like we have had just about everything possible.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the underlying highlights of this World Championships is the amount of different countries that have got themselves on that medal table and on the gold medal table.
We've had Croatian gold, Israeli gold, Singaporean gold, Mexican gold, Australian gold, Uzbekistani gold. So many different nations. It's wonderful to see. The crowd are all enjoying themselves. Team tie just seems to keep getting bigger. There's Jessica Jane Applegate's supporters. She was just nudged out into fourth in the 200 medley. And the 200 medleys will continue, this time in the SM8 class. And this could be a shootout. Spain have Sergio Matos in lane 8. Diogo Cancela of Portugal is in lane number 1. News this week that they'll be the host of the next World Championships on the island of Madeira in 2021. Carlos Martinez goes to Spain in lane 7 alongside his fellow countryman. Andreas Onia of Austria, a familiar contender. Likewise, this man, Niels Mortensen, looked really, really good in the heats earlier on. Could be a real challenger for a medal. Yang Guanglong will be his main competition in that sense for the bronze, because it looks like the two swimmers in the middle will take this out between them. Robert Griswold of the USA in lane 5 and Jesse Ongles of Australia in lane 4. Griswold, an expert in the fly and the backstroke. Ongles, breaststroke, his speciality of the 4. There is a high chance that we will be dead even at the end of the third leg. That'll set us up for a grandstand finish. Here's your start list then for the 200 IM SMA final. Cancela, Onia, Yang, Ongles, Griswold, Mortensen, Martinet and Matos. Robert Griswold has had a fantastic meet for the USA. Really had a brilliant week.
The best start there coming from Yang Guanglong of China in lane 3. It's going very well in the early stages of this, but now we see that familiar black cap of the United States of America. Robert Griswold normally takes a little bit longer to hit the front, but he has signaled his intent here down this butterfly leg as he will go into this first turn with a sizable lead. Yang is second, 2.3 seconds behind Griswold, and Jesse Ongles, the Commonwealth Games champion, currently in third place for Australia.
Ongles has never won a world medal. He's taken medals in the Commonwealth Games and a couple in the Pan Pacs as well. He did go to Rio in 2016, made 4 finals, very successful championships for him, still just 24. And He just needs to be in contention as they come onto this leg. Robert Griswold, we knew, would take it out. 63 seconds is all it took for him to complete his backstroke and his fly. And here comes Jesse Ongles. And this is what we talk about when a breaststroke can be a catalyst for change for the medley.
Yeah, the breaststroke really can make a difference on this IM. And here we see Ongles with that higher stroke rate, with that power. The arm amputees also go very well on breaststroke, so this is where Yang of China is coming back into contention as well. But Robert Griswold has done a very good job of giving himself enough of a lead that he might just be able to hold on.
It's been a fantastic swim from Griswold. It's been a fantastic week for Griswold. He leads them out then, 2.3 seconds in front of Yang, over 4 seconds in front of Ongles. Freestyle to come then for Robert Griswold of the USA.
Yeah, Ongles fighting as hard as he can here to stick with Yang of China, but really now there is not looking like there's enough pool left for Robert Griswold to be caught.
Here he comes then, the silver medal from Mexico is about to become the world champion. Fantastic swim for Robert Griswold of the USA. Yang Guanglong of China will pick up silver. It's Jesse Ongles' first ever world medal. It's bronze for Australia. And America's record for Robert Griswold. What a week he is having. His fourth medal of the meet, his second gold. Gold in the backstroke, silver in the fly in the 400 free. And now the gold in the individual medley.
Well, the Americans don't have a very big men's team here in London.
Well, I'll hold you there, Liz. We've had an update to the scoreboard in the venue. Robert Griswold has been disqualified. Yang Guanglong has been upgraded. The Chinese athlete is the gold medalist and the world champion. What a shock. No one was expecting that. Yang is the world champion. Ongles upgraded to silver. Perhaps the happiest out of anyone, though, is Niels Mortensen of Denmark, who all of a sudden has a world medal, a bronze for the Danish team. Their first medal of the championships. The Danish flag flying really high up in the stands here. A crazy end to the race. And the results are official. Yang Guanglong is the world champion. Jesse Ongles the silver. And Niels Mortensen bronze. Drama in the London Aquatic Centre.
Well, hardly time to catch our breath as we move on to the women's event.
Well, you want drama on a Saturday night. This is prime time stuff. And the women's SM8 race offers so many headlines. Megan Richter gets a lane for Great Britain on her debut championship. She goes in lane 8. Senior Francesco Palazzo, silver medal for Italy in lane 1 in the 400-metre freestyle earlier on this week. Claire Supio will go in lane 2. The 51-year-old from France who competed in the 1988 Olympic Games. Wu Wei-Yan going in 7. Victoria Ischialova in lane 6. And listen to the roar for Alice Tai, the golden girl of these championships. 6 gold medals for Alice Tai. Jessica Long is in lane 5. She has over 40 World Championship medals to her name down the years. But here's the new kid on the blocks. Brock Whiston for Great Britain. She set a European record in the heats this morning. She flew out of the gate. What has she got in store for us tonight? The world record all of a sudden looking very vulnerable. Here's your start list. It is Palazzo, Supio, Tai, Whiston, Long, Ischialova, Liu and Richter. This is a Huge race on the way. At the start of the night, Alice Tai would have been in 7th place in the medals table all by herself. That's how successful her championships has been. Almost unprecedented levels of success. If she does it tonight in this event, that would be truly magnificent. Brock Whiston, the big favourite. Keep an eye on her breaststroke. That is her event. Tai will go out quickly, so too will Long on the fly. Both magnificent fly swimmers. They will both know if they have any chance of beating Brock Whiston, they have to have a big lead going into the breaststroke.
Yeah, Brock Whiston was over 10 seconds quicker than anybody else on that one breaststroke leg after this morning's heat. So she does pose a threat and she will be chasing the pack. But here as we go into the first turn, it is Alice Tai that is in the lead over Jessica Long by 1.2 a second, with Lu Weian of China in lane 7 currently in 3rd.
Tai's taking this out really, really hard. She knows she has to, just to have any chance. She spoke earlier on after the heats, said this would be her biggest test of the week to win a gold. It was almost entered as a fun event at the end of the competition. But now she's in the pool, make no mistake, she will want that gold medal. There's no question about that. And she's got a big lead. This is the lead she needed. In she goes then to the breaststroke. Now she has to hold.
Yeah, Alice Tai, this is her weakest event, so this is where people will start to charge on this breaststroke leg. She knows it's her weakest, so she's working really hard to work it and maintain that. But here comes the charge of Brock Whiston. She's up with Jessica Long already. She passes Jessica Long and she's chasing after Great Britain's teammate Alice Tai as she flies into contention. And here we see her going past Tai, making her look almost like she's standing still. Here goes Brock Whiston. She really is in a class of her own.
10 seconds was the lead almost at the breaststroke turn that Tai had over Brock Whiston. She's gone from 5th to 1st in no time at all.
Yeah, Brock Whiston there, that breaststroke can make such a difference, and she is the breaststroke specialist in this field, and she has made the athletes pay for that on that leg. But here comes the charge of the freestylers. It is Victoria Ishalova, who had a brilliant breaststroke leg for Russia there to get her back in contention, and Jessica Long. But there is just too much left to do, I think.
Now it's the question of Brock Whiston versus the clock on international debut. She has done it. 2:35.3. She snaps the world record held by the great Jessica Long. What an incredible swim from Brock Whiston of Great Britain. Her first ever international individual final. And she cannot believe what she's just done. 2:35.3. She's broken it by 7/10. It stood for nearly 7 years. Over 7 years, in fact. Silver medal will go to Jessica Long in 2nd position. Alice Tai, for the first time in a final, isn't winning a gold medal. She's touched out the medals altogether. Victoria Ishalova picks up the bronze.
Well, it was the breaststroke that made the difference there for the medalists. Brock Whiston with that superb breaststroke to get her up and into the lead, from which she never looked back. Ishalova, it was the breaststroke leg that did it for the Russian as well. And Jessica Long, that breaststroke leg just proved to be too much. She's a classification lower than everybody else on breaststroke, and that was where the damage was done.
Brock Whiston's breaststroke is absolutely remarkable. It really is. That was stunning. 2:35.3. She's still got the breaststroke event to come tomorrow. She is the world record holder in it, and I don't think that's going to change tomorrow, something tells me. What a stunning performance from Brock Whiston. World champion at the very first time of asking. Here come the medalists then for the men's 150 metres individual medley SM3.
The medals and gifts will be presented by British Swimming Board member Graham Edmonds.
Grant Pass is going to get one of the biggest cheers of the night here.
Representing Australia, Grant Patterson.
Such a popular member of the Australian team. That scooter becomes so iconic, it's even become his nickname. His teammate absolutely delighted for him.
Representing Australia,
Ahmed Kelly was fantastic. Oceanic record, twice in one day. To go that hard twice is incredibly difficult for the lower classification athletes. Just shows what an effort he put in. A fantastic performance from Ahmed Kelly of Australia.
winner of the gold medal at London 2019.
And the same point again, really, for this man. Diego Lopez Diaz of Mexico. He's still got another event to come. He's had to manage his heats this morning whilst going incredibly quickly in this final. If he doubles up tonight, it will be one of the great performances of the week. Here comes the gold medal and the national anthem for Mexico. A lovely moment for Diego Lopez Diaz of Mexico. He enjoyed such a wonderful home world championships last time out in Mexico City. And a lovely moment for the two Australians sharing the podium with him. Here comes the men's 50-metre backstroke S5 presentation. And the man in the middle is phenomenal. Daniel Diaz will claim the bronze medal for Brazil. Another medal in this pool for the great Daniel Diaz. He is fantastic. And that sums up Daniel Diaz down to a T.
They had a few relays against each other in the past.
No hard feelings, clearly. Yaroslav Semenenko will pick up the silver. European record for Semenenko. He swam a fantastic race. But this was one of those swims that was just special from Wang Lixiao. The second time this week really was almost a carbon copy of what he produced in the 50 flight. He came in with the world record. We knew he'd be quick, but to smash it, he did it by 1.5 seconds in the 50 fly, by 2 seconds in the 50 back.
Yeah, and it is incredible because it was his own world record. I think that's the key here. It's not like he's come in and broken someone else's time, or a time that's been stood for decades. He's bettered his own performances by these significant margins.
Remarkable, remarkable swim. One of the best of the week. Here comes the Chinese national anthem. A magnificent swim from Wang Li-Xiao. You just wonder how much he can move that on in 12 months. We might be about to see an unbelievable new standard in the S5 races. With those double arm amputees, they really are developing a technique which is so quick. That's part of what we love about paraswimming, isn't it? It's the evolution of the sport, constantly evolving. Swimmers constantly finding different ways to do it. This will be a very popular goal. Monica Boccioni of Italy picking up a bronze medal and is very pleased about it as well. It was a really strong performance from the Italian. All about the touch though for first and second. Big cheer for the young Turkish swimmer who went so close. Maybe actually pushing Teresa Perales all the way. But what a swim from Teresa Perales. She has been going for years upon years, one of the great Paralympic swimmers. A phenomenal ambassador for the sport and still at the very top of her game.
It was a brilliant finish, and she came into the heats in one of the outside lanes, did a great job to qualify for the final, and then just took that gold medal in the final stroke, showing every ounce of the experience that she has.
Despite that experience, she still looks totally surprised by it. This will be an emotional national anthem. What a performance from Teresa Perales. You couldn't wish for a more gracious gold medalist. She really is a true champion in every possible sense of the word.
And she genuinely looks like she has surprised herself with that result.
Which is staggering because she is so magnificent.
Yeah, and she had a brilliant swim last night as well in the 34-point medley relay for the Spanish team to pick up a bronze. So, pretty good 24 hours for the great Teresa Perales.
It's been another brilliant night already. It really has.
Alice Taisnan, the birthday girl. She's lost her sign and her badge, but we all still know it's your birthday.
Probably lost that cheering Alice down that final freestyle section, knowing what she's been up to this week. Plenty of supporters in at the Aquatic Centre. They look like Louise Spitters' mates. Yeah, from Hatfields. Louise Spitters' club. Getting right behind her. She picked up a bronze medal. Up on the podium a little bit later on.
Well, I'm just about recovering from all the excitement, drama. Again, this night has had it all.
It really has, and it can get to a point now where we're 6 nights in, where it might feel that we're laying it on a bit thick and stuff like that, but it really has been such a unique championships, this. It has had everything that not every championships does.
Yeah, it's true. The quality has been maintained the entire week, and it's set to continue in this race.
This should be a really good one. Here's the current world record holder, Enamid of Spain. Set that all the way back in Beijing, 2008. Has an outside lane in this one. Opposite him is Yang Boshun, the great Chinese S11 swimmer. Laida Albero Lemos Rojas of Colombia goes in 7. Mark Gunnarsson is in 2 for Iceland. A reminder, the S11 swimmers are totally blind. They swim with blacked out goggles to ensure fair competition, so that no advantage is obtained through light perception between light and dark. And the goggles are checked at the end of every single race to ensure they're totally blacked out. If they aren't, there is disqualification. So the swimmers swim totally blind. They have tappers at either end of the pool to help them judge when to turn and when to finish. They are truly magnificent athletes. In the middle lanes, Kirill Belousov of Russia, been on the podium plenty of times this week. And the 2 Japanese swimmers, Uchu Tomita, who went quickest through this morning in a championship record, and Keiichi Kaimura, who has been there and done it at world level already this week. Here's your star list: Enamid, Gunnarsson, Belousov, Tomita, Kaimura, Raval, Lemos Rojas, and Yang. Men's 100 metres butterfly S11 final.
Well, the world champion from 2015, Keiichi Kaimura, the second qualifier from Japan into this final, is the fastest in the world this year. Japan already having an amazing night on day 6 of these finals. He'll look to continue that, but going well down in lane 1, it is the world record holder, Enamid of Spain. But now we see the 2 Japanese athletes getting tapped as they come into the wall. Better turns than they had in the heat, only separated by 0.18, but it is Belousov of Russia who's just a quarter of a second behind the leader.
Well, Keiichi Kaimura is going out incredibly quickly here. In they come towards the finish. This will go down to the wire. Kaimura in 5, Tomita in 4, Belousov finishing strongly in 3. A lot of pressure on the tappers here to get this right and to finish it well. In they come. There goes Kaimura. He has won it, 62.22. Championship record, Keiichi Kaimura. It's a Japan 1-2. What a night they are having. Uchu Tomita has won the silver medal. Kirill Belousov of Russia the bronze. But on a night where this championships is being blared on terrestrial television in Japan, they are putting on a show. A Japanese 1-2. Looks like both the swimmers have just been informed by their coaches. Of course, they can't see the scoreboard. They can only find out the information from their tappers. They've both been told. They both celebrate with each other. What a lovely moment for Japan. Less than a year away from the Paralympics in Tokyo. They are the gold and silver standard in the men's 100 fly S11.
Well, they signalled their intent from the start, and Russian Belousov went with them, and the positions did not change. But Keiichi Kaimura there finished so strongly because there was barely anything to separate the top 3 at that 50-metre turn, as we see the athletes being tapped to signal that they are at the end of that length. But what an incredible result for Japan. What an incredible night that they are having. Wow.
We've got the Japanese broadcast team right behind us, and they are going crazy. Quite right too. Fantastic swim for Kaimura. Championship record, 102.22. That's a beautiful moment. Kaimura and Tomita both absolutely overjoyed for each other. The goggles checks have been completed. The results are official. A Japanese 1-2. Kaimura and Tomita win gold and silver. Kirill Belousov of Russia claims the bronze. Just taking a little glance through the rest of the programme, Liz. We're not slowing down in any way. Still so much quality to come.
It's so exciting. I know we keep saying that, but genuinely, can't wait to see what the next Euro dishes out.
We do move quickly on. Men's 200-metre freestyle S4. This is the distance event for these S4 swimmers. Andrei Deravinsky of Ukraine goes in 8. David Smetanin of France, legendary para swimmer from that part of the world. World champion backstroker Hugo Didier credits Smetanin with being one of his biggest inspirations. They swim at the same championships on the same team. This is Mexico's Gustavo Sanchez Martinez, followed out by the Kiwi Cameron Leslie. What a week he's had. He's only been in the country 4 days now, having done some work out in the Far East with the New Zealand wheelchair rugby team. He's come back in inspired form. Set an incredible world record yesterday, Cameron Leslie. Snapping a time that has stood for 15 years. Takayuki Suzuki of Japan has enjoyed such a strange championships. Personally, he swam brilliantly. Set personal bests. Been generally pretty terrific. But he's been bettered by world record swims whenever he swam those personal bests. Roman Zhdanov has done it to him. Cameron Leslie has done it to him. Is this the moment where Takayuki Suzuki ends up on top of the podium for the first time this week? Roman Zhdanov, so dangerous in this race, though. Here's his start list. Smetanin, Leslie, Suzuki, Zhdanov, Dadawan, Joe, Sanchez Martinet, and Deravinsky. Zhou Guisong there in lane 6, the Paralympic champion. Definitely worth keeping an eye on. You already know Zhdanov, Suzuki and Leslie are in fine form. Joe, by his standards, has had the best of championships. after such a good Paralympic Games. You can never, ever count out a Paralympic champion. Here we go.
Well, they were held at the start there for a long time, but now they are away and clear. And it is, well, a blanket at the moment, but you should look at Suzuki, who's going to be inspired by the Japanese this evening, the results that they've had already. And Cameron Leslie 1 lane closer for New Zealand in lane 2. But it is Taka Suzuki that is taking this out. He is in very good form this week, but he is yet to have got the gold medal that he so desperately wants from these World Championships. Zhdanov, Roman Zhdanov of Russia in lane 4 is in formidable form. He broke a world record earlier this week in the backstroke event, only then not to win the title because Cameron Leslie of New Zealand won the first of 2 consecutive gold medals in 2 nights for him. But here it is, Taka Suzuki, who was the former world record holder in the 100 freestyle until this week, that is currently still leading.
Yeah, Suzuki has won 3 medals. He's got silver in both the 50 and the 100, and bronze in the 150 medley. That was the 15-year world record that Cameron Leslie broke last night. Suzuki leads then at the 100-metre mark, 123.68. Zhdanov just alongside him and almost ominously poised on Suzuki's hip.
Yeah, and as we go into this second 100, there is danger higher up the lanes as the pool, as you look at it. Amiomo Dodon of Israel was a breakout swimmer for them at the European Championships last year in Dublin, and he's trying to make the move. He's overhauled Cameron Leslie of New Zealand to go into 3rd place, but Yogi Song of Korea is also trying to get back on terms, but at the moment it's Taka Suzuki that's holding on to that lead. He's opened up the smallest of margins compared to the 100-metre turn, and it's now that he needs to put his head down and head for home, because it's now that Zhdanov will try and up that stroke rate, those long arms, that stronger pull. Suzuki needs to be ahead as they come into the wall, because his arms are not as long, and it would be Zhdanov that would have the advantage on the touch. This
is so close. It's almost as if you can sense Suzuki knows that he's got 2 silvers and a bronze. He is desperate for that gold medal, absolutely desperate for it. He is giving everything, throwing it to the wall. It's a monstrous time. Who's going to get there? It's Roman Zhdanov again. 3 world records for Zhdanov in 1 week. Taka Suzuki must be wondering what he has to do to get gold at this championships. He was inside world record time as well. He would have smashed it if not for the Russian in lane 4. Suzuki takes a moment to take it all in. It's such a bittersweet silver. It really is. A phenomenal swim from both fantastic athletes.
Yeah.
It's an absolutely outrageous top 4. Sorry, Liz. We've got Roman Zhdanov with a world record here, Suzuki with an Asian record, Darwin has claimed bronze, and Cameron Leslie with an oceanic record, only good enough for 4th.
It was phenomenal, and I was just going to say that Roman Zhdanov, that's the first time that we've really seen him at the end of the lane show any massive emotion. He's usually so composed, gives himself a little smirk or a grin, but there, that smile is beaming, and he is breathing very heavily, and he just timed that to perfection. Taka Suzuki has done nothing wrong in that race. He swam it the only way he knew how. He knew it was his best chance, but in the end, the smallest of margins separating gold and silver.
Well, it's exactly what we said at the start of the race. Suzuki has had a few of these this week where he swam an incredible race. Nothing more he can do than swim a world record time. And Zhdanov there is absolutely beaming. his 6th medal of the championships, his 3rd world record. What a meet he's having. 2:53.06. Taka Suzuki gets a brilliant silver. In an Asian record time, it would have battered the old world record as well. Ami Dadaon of Israel will pick up bronze. Another incredible race. Another one. At some point, it's getting to the stage now where we're just, it has to slow down, it has to stop, surely.
Well, we're running out of races.
It just keeps going on.
No, it is very exciting.
This was an amazing race. It really was. Similar, actually, to the one we just witnessed, where both went world record pace.
The medals and gifts will be presented by Head of Brand Marketing and Social Responsibility for Allianz.
Fantastic race, this one.
Winner of the bronze medal, representing Ukraine,
Vasyl Krajnik was the quickest going into the final from the heats this morning, which in this field is no small feat within itself. He picked up a bronze for his efforts. Rhys Dunn of Great Britain has enjoyed a brilliant maiden international championships. Only burst onto the scene this year, and he has an awful lot to be proud of this week. A European record. It would have been a world record if Daito Kairin didn't do what he did. Plenty of parallels with the boot on the other foot for Japan in this case. A European record for Dunn in silver, a world record for Daito Kairin of Japan.
Well, he had a brilliant breaststroke leg, but he had a phenomenal freestyle leg to hold off the charge of Rhys Dunn down that final 25 meters.
It's almost as if Japan are performing to the millions watching back in the Far East. It's been an unbelievable night for next year's Paralympic hosts.
London, give it up for your World Championship medalists.
A magnificent goal for Japan. It won't be the last time we hear that tonight. Daito Kairin, what a moment for him. Gold medal and a world record. You keep tumbling at this meet. It hasn't been a meet of truly gluttonous world records though, because often what that means is there's races where swimmers have just gone out and owned it, and it's quite a boring race in that sense for the neutral. What we have seen is so much competitive swimming, and we've seen so much of what we saw in that men's S14 where we had two world record pace setters. It's been ridiculous. This race was a fantastic one as well. Louise Fidders of Great Britain got plenty of support in the stands. Can see her mates opposite us going absolutely crazy. They're making Louise laugh on the podium. Not sure what the tutus are all about. I think Louise probably knows. Bethany Firth enjoys another medal in this pool, where it all started for her as a Paralympic athlete in 2012, winning that 100-metre backstroke gold. but neither of them could get close to Valeria Shabalina of Russia. This was such an impressive swim.
World champion, representing Russian Federation, Valeria Shabalina.
She's been pretty level-headed all the way through this meet, Shabalina. And the way she celebrated that medal on the lane rope and the way she's smiling on the podium, I think this is the one she really, really wanted.
Yeah, this is the one that has definitely got the most emotion out of Shabalina. And she swam phenomenally well.
Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of Russian Federation. London, give it up for your World Championship medalists.
She has had a brilliant meet, Valeria Shabalina. Make no mistake about that. It's her 5th medal of the competition. She took silver in the backstroke behind Bethany Firth and bronze in the breaststroke behind both Firth and Fidders. She did win the 200 freestyle, and she's won the 200 medley as well. It has to go down as a very, very successful championships upon her international return.
Yeah, incredible. We've talked about the Russian athletes, and some of them were just getting going when they had that international ban, but so many of them have picked up exactly where they left off.
And that is very, very difficult to do in the absence of international competition.
Yeah, they've kept themselves motivated in the hope that they would be back, and it's paying off for them this week.
Say that again.
I bet, though, they are surprised with the quality of the competition as a whole and the way that other nations have moved on in their absence.
It certainly has moved on since they were last at the European Championships in 2016, hasn't it? The difference between now and Rio is there for all to see. You know, the emergence of Italy, for example, who now are one of the major nations.
Absolutely, yeah. It has been incredible.
Excited for this one. Got an Italian in lane 4. Carlos Serrano in lane 8. No, really. The great Colombian has a lane, therefore has a chance in the 100 freestyle. But he barely scraped in. Such a quick set of heats this morning. Wei Sung To of Singapore is in the other outside lane. Andrei Gladkov in lane 7. Bogdan Hronenko, who is a 100-meter backstroke world record holder, set that earlier on this week. Makes his way into lane 2.
Looks happy to be there.
Yeah, I think that's safe to say. Here comes Andrei Trusov, who's seen the podium plenty of times this week as well. Sergei Sukharev of Russia goes in lane 3. Matthew Levy, who was 4th in Rio. He's got a really good lane in this one. Try and go maybe 1 or 2 better. Federico Bocelli of Italy is in lane 4. He was the quickest through this morning. He was very quick. But as we say, Carlos Serrano in lane 8 will be so interesting. A Paralympic silver medalist. He was just in a slow heat this morning, and it almost cost him a place in the final. So here we go, this is loaded. Toe, Renenko, Sukharev, Bicelli, Levy, Trusov, Gladkov and Serrano, the men's 100 free S7 final.
Fancy calling it now, Steve?
Not a chance. Not a chance. We mentioned earlier on the men's 200 S14 medley was maybe the most stacked field we've seen this week. This runs it close. So much pace, absolutely everywhere. Serrano gets off to his typical quick start. The rest of the field into their strokes, and out very quickly in lane number 6 is Andrei Trusov of Ukraine.
Well, there was only 1.2 seconds separating the entire field here, so the athletes all know that it's there for the taking. They all know what it's at stake, and it is Andrei Trusov that's going very well, but also it's Sergei Sukharev of Russia that has gone for it from the start. He is 0.95 up on Matt Levy of Australia, and that could be a painful price, but he's seen it work for athletes in the past and he's gone for it here. But now this is where his shoulders are going to start to burn. This is where Carlos Zarate is starting to come through, and he has company from Andrei Trusov of Ukraine.
Goes down to the wall, it's between 3. Serrano, is he going to do it from the outside? Yes, he is! Wowee! Outside smoker, Carlos Serrano. A world champion from lane 8. Championship record time, look what it means for the Colombian. Silver medal goes to Bohdan Renenko of Ukraine from lane 2, and the bronze in lane 6, Andrei Trusov. That familiar celebration from Carlos Serrano, we've seen it time and time again this week, but that is the biggest one of the lot. His most difficult win, and he's done it from the outside lane. Just explain how difficult that is, Liz.
Well, normally you would see these athletes, and the fastest athletes would be in the centre of the pool, but we did say there was so little between all 8 of these swimmers this morning after the heat, and he proved it to be the case. Serrano looked like he was giving himself a little pep talk as he walked out of the tunnel, and there we see just what it meant to him. He had great reaction time, but he wasn't in the lead at the 50, but look at that.
Wow, what a time. 61.49 as well. Very, very quick time. Championship record then for Carlos Serrano of Colombia. Renenko the silver, Trusov the bronze.
Well, I think the pool is still trying to recover from that. That was incredible. Our first winner from lane 8 all week, and this competition just continues to surprise us. Silver medal from lane 2, and it was that fast finish, that fast start that paid the price for sure of Russia eventually finishing 8th. But these crowds, they don't care. They are loving just how much is on offer here in terms of the display of these amazing sporting performances. Everybody trying to get themselves on that big screen. Homemade banners, homemade flags, T-shirts with photographs on, and it's the French that are occupying the screen for the longest. No, now it's the Brits, and it's going to turn into a little bit of a competition. We're still waiting on our first Mexican wave of the week.
Well, Liz, we do have some news to break, which is good because we've got some time to fill here as we take a look at the crowd. Robert Griswold, who was disqualified earlier on, has been provisionally reinstated as the world champion. That result is still open to protest in of itself. So we'll keep you updated as that develops. But as it stands, Robert Griswold, who won the race, if you remember, about 45 minutes ago now, reinstated into first place. We'll wait to see if that gets re-protested.
I'm not sure how much more drama this crowd can take.
Not sure how much I can take.
I hope they haven't just popped in on a Saturday because they didn't have anything else to do, because this is incredible.
Fantastic stuff. We've got another great race on the cards here. Women's 100 freestyle S7. Haley Lettenberger and Annie Pallian going the outside lanes. Julia Gaffney in lane 7 should tell you how quick this race is going to be. Tess Routliffe is in 2. Julia Tetzi in 3. Anna Honta, we've just seen go in lane 6. The 2 quickest into this are in the centre lanes, and that's Denise Graal of Germany. She's the reigning European champion. Germany had a fantastic night last night and the night before. But can they stop Mackenzie Cohn? She's had a great week. Was magnificent on the anchor of the relay for the USA yesterday. Looked really, really good in the heat this morning.
She did, and she's excited with the way that she is swimming here, and that always serves as a danger to the rest of the field.
Yeah, she was about 2.5 seconds quicker than the next fastest, which was Denise Graal, and that's a heat swim in a 100-metre freestyle. It's a long, long gap. Mackenzie Cohn comes in as the big favourite, the 400-metre champion from earlier on this week in this S7 classification.
Well, a really quick start there from Tess Routliffe of Canada in lane 2. Great reactions from her, but now we already see Mackenzie Cohn of the United States of America going up and into that lead with that high stroke rate that we know her for. But also wanting to get in on the action is Giulia Terzi of Italy in the blue cap, 1 lane closer to us. This is another example of an event where medals could come from anybody. But it is Mackenzie Cohn that's turning comfortably in the lead. Only 1/100ths currently separating second place Terzi and third place Anna Honta of the Ukraine in lane 6. This is where the charge goes. This is where the medals are won. But Mackenzie Cohn of the USA looking very strong here as we enter the final stages of the race.
Yeah, Mackenzie Cohn just too good. Just too good. Denise Graal is pushing really, really hard, but it's only going to be enough for silver for the German. Mackenzie Cohn going in a very quick time here, going to threaten the world record, will just be outside it. It's a phenomenal swim from Mackenzie Cohn. Denise Graal gets silver. It's another medal for Italy, for Giulia Terzi. Mackenzie Cohn can't believe the time she's just swum. That was phenomenal. And for a swimmer who has seen it all, she is absolutely delighted. She has a lovely moment with Giulia Terzi of Italy.
She is blown away by that time. And just as we saw that she did with her 400-metre freestyle in doing what she has just done, that means that USA have now won the last 6 S700 freestyles to go with their dominance in the S7 400-metre freestyle as well.
Stat.
I learned from the best. Paul Noble, he might not be here in body, but he's always here in spirit.
He certainly is.
Also, I'm so old, I swam at most of those World Championships, which is probably more what it is. But thanks, Steve.
Hey, you said it. You went there all by yourself. Mackenzie Cohn, look at that. That's the face of someone who cannot quite believe what they've just done. We've seen that quite a few times this week, that exact expression. Mackenzie Cohn overjoyed with that swim, as she should be. It's only 3/10 off world record pace, and that has stood for a long time, held by Jacqueline Franey of Australia back in 2012. Brilliant swim from Mackenzie Cohn. Gold medal for the USA. Denise Graal of Germany picks up silver, and Giulia Terzi of Italy is in bronze. Just going to take a seat here, Liz, because I've realised I've been on my feet for the last 25 minutes. It got a little bit exciting.
It's true. You've got to get a good view of the pool. Got to feel like you're jumping around with the action. The Italians next to us, the Japanese behind us. They've all been on their feet.
The Japanese commentary team were going to land on top of us at that Japanese one too.
To be fair, so did I.
They were going absolutely crazy, and quite right too. Massive night for the Japanese team. Mentioned a little bit earlier, they're being put out on terrestrial TV in Japan, which is a huge moment in the run-up to the Paralympic Games next year. And they've put on a show. Great Britain, as ever, have delivered their usual flurry of star-studded performances. Don't think Brock Whiston's gold medal is too far away, and just as I say that, here comes the medal ceremony for it. This is a really great race. For the first time this week, it's an S8 race, it's an S8 podium, with Alice Tai not at the top of it. 6 golds for Alice Tai. This was not her event. It's not an event she usually swims. Decided to take it on irregardless. Managed to swim very well in 4th, but not onto the podium. The bronze medal honour belongs to the youngster from Russia. What a moment for her.
Well, it did.
Baby-faced assassin.
Yes, and it did turn out to be the breaststroke leg that made the difference for all athletes involved in this event, for one reason or another. And this young lady had an amazing breaststroke swim to put her in contention.
She's had a really good championships, actually. Victoria Stilova.
United States of America,
So too is Jessica Long. Not being the golden championships that it usually is, but it's her 5th medal of the meet. Silvers in the 100 fly, the 100 free, bronze in the 400 free, and another silver, this time in the 200 IM.
winner of the gold medal at London 2019
on international debut. Her first ever international final. A European record in the heats, a world record, a world champion in the final in the evening. Not a bad way to introduce yourself to the world if you're Brock Whiston. That breaststroke was unreal.
Yeah, it was really what made the difference in this event and with this result.
Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of Great Britain.
Well, that's Brock Whiston's second gold in 24 hours. What a debut for her on these World Championships.
Lovely moment for Jess Long and Victoria Shield over there too. Swimmers with entirely different experience levels. Jess Long been swimming since she was about Victoria Shieldova's age. This happened in 2004. Big warm hug between the bronze and the silver medalists there. We're almost ready for our next race. It has been a night of medleys. We've seen so many amazing medley races as well. It's going to be another one. It is going to be another one.
200-meter individual medley SM9. In lane 8 representing Belarus.
This is Vahor Sishokano of Belarus.
In lane 1 representing New
He's
Zealand.
first out. He's run 2:24 this morning. Jesse Reynolds of New Zealand is on the other side.
In lane 7 representing Czech Republic, Jonas Kesnar.
Jonas Kesnar looked really good for the Czech Republic earlier on. Went out really hard in his heat. Very much earned his place in the final. Was slightly unexpected. Like Timothy Diskin missing out.
In lane 6 representing Russian Federation, Andrei Kalina.
Thomas Todt goes in lane 2. Andrei Kalina in lane 6. We saw with Brock Wisdom what a breaststroke can do in a medley. That's what Kalina can do. Hugo Didier of France goes in 3. Had a brilliant championship this Didier. Federico Morlacchi in lane 5.
Representing Australia,
He is the Paralympic champion. He takes on Tim Hodge, who was 5th in Rio at his first Paralympics. He has come on leaps and bounds since then. His teammates up in the stands will be roaring him on home. Can he beat the reigning Paralympic champion, Federico Morlacchi? Here's your start list. Reynolds, Todt, Didier, Hodge, Morlacchi, Kalina, Kesnar, and Suchakano of Belarus.
this is the men's 200-meter individual medley SM9 final.
So Hodge just going through his final preparations. He's run really quickly in the heats earlier on. Morlacchi, much more reserved, was happy to let Tim Hodge go. That won't be the case tonight.
Well, there was only 6/100ths of a second on the world rankings separating Tim Hodge and Andrei Kalina this year, but Federico Morlacchi is the Paralympic champion, he is the world champion, he is the European champion, so he will be looking to get in amongst this and challenge for that gold medal once again. But Tim Hodge of Australia here leading at the turn, just getting touched out actually by Kalina. Has got a real opportunity, but he needs to work the backstroke leg because Andrei Kalina's breaststroke is incredible. He has won it more than once at the Paralympic Games, and everybody knows just how dangerous he is when you get to the halfway turn and you do go on to that breaststroke. But Commonwealth Games silver medalist here, Hodge, going very well on this backstroke.
It is his stroke that he loves. He broke the world record in the 50 back earlier on this year. He knew he would have to be ahead at this stage. Hugo Didier, predictably, is up there as well, the backstroke specialist at the end of leg number 2. But here is where the race might start to alter. We've seen it already plenty of times tonight. The breaststroke is the leg where everything can change. And here comes Andrei Kalina of Russia.
Yeah, Kalina will be looking to not only catch up with Hodge here, but overhaul him and go into the lead, because he knows how strong the freestyle chase will be from Morlacchi, from Hodge, from Hugo Didier, who picked up a medal in the 400-meter freestyle last night. So really, as we turn onto this final leg, the race is on.
It really is. It's Kalina who leads then by a second and 3/10. Back comes Tim Hodge looking for his first world gold medal. Morlacchi is pushing really hard down the straight here. Can Kalina hold on? I'm not sure he can. 15 metres to go, and he's up against it. Here comes Hodge. Here comes Morlacki. They will meet at the wall. Does Kalina do it? Yes, he does. 2:16.67. Andrei Kalina holds the lead for Russia under immense pressure. Morlacki flew down the straight. He ended up touching in second place. Hodge pushed into bronze. But what a race from Andrei Kalina.
Well, he used that breaststroke and it played out to perfection. All three medalists there going their fastest times in the world this year, which is what you want to see at a World Championship. And just look how quickly Morlacki was finishing. But Kalina had already done enough by that point. And Timothy Hodge of Australia settling for a bronze by 2/100ths of a second.
We've seen Morlacki involved in a couple of close finishes this week.
Yes, absolutely. Not quite on the right end of it this time in terms of the colour of the medal, but what a race and what a win there for Andrei Kalina.
There's the results. Kalina is the gold medalist and the world champion, 2:16.67. A second back, Federico Morlacki, and basically a second back, Tim Hodge, a high-quality top three.
This is the women's 200 metre.
Well, if tonight is thought as anything, it's watch out tomorrow for Andrei Kalina and Brock Whiston in the S8 breaststroke.
Absolutely.
The women's S9 200 IM should be a belter as well. Katarina Roxon goes in lane number 1. Lakeisha Patterson, the 400 metre freestyle gold medalist from this week, goes in lane 8. Daniela Jimenez has already had a wonderful night. Bronze medal in the second race of the night. Looking to double up here in the SM9 200 IM. Xu Jiling China goes in lane 2. Sarai Gaston in lane 6. So strong over anything. That's 50 metres. Tony Shaw gets a huge ovation. She's had a brilliant debut championships. The youngster from Aberdeen. 4 medals already this week. No individual gold just yet. Ellen Keane goes in lane 5. Headlining this one in lane 4, the Spaniard, Maria Marquez Soto. He will go out quickly. Excellent fly and backstroke swim in particular. This will be close. Here's a start list. Roxon, Zhu, Shaw, Marquez Soto, Keane, Gaston, Jimenez, Patterson. This will be close. No Sophie Pascoe in this race. She's the current world record holder, but swimming a reduced programme this week in London. A chance for one of these S9 swimmers to become a world champion.
Yeah, there is the promise of opportunity all over this pool. The thing with the 200-metre individual medley is all athletes will play to their strengths, and there you can see going very well in the middle of the pool are the 2 black hats. Sarai Gaston of Spain, a brilliant butterfly swimmer, and Tony Shaw of Great Britain, also going very, very well down this first leg of this IM swim. It is Tony Shaw that takes the touch at the quarterway stage, just 0.17 ahead of Gaston, with the other Spaniard in the race, European champion Marcus Soto, in third place. But she is the backstroke specialist, so she will be looking to move now, because she is the athlete who has the disadvantage when they get onto the breaststroke. Marcus Soto, a leg amputee, And here we can see her forging ahead on this backstroke leg. A beautiful stroke that she has, pulling away from the rest of the field.
Yeah, she is such a wonderful backstroker, and with her impairment, she has to be in this individual medley. Now she has to hold on the breaststroke, because the rest will come back. Tony Shaw and Sarai Gascon, both arm amputees.
Ellen Keane, the bronze medalist in Rio in the breaststroke event, so this is where she will be looking to make her move as well. Sarai Gascon, breaststroke, not her favourite, but that doesn't mean that she isn't good at it. She swam it in the relay yesterday to help those Spaniards to that bronze medal, but here, Marcus Soto looking so strong as we go into the final stages of this length. She's the Paralympic champion in the 400-metre freestyle, so she knows that she has endurance and strength on that final leg, but can she hold off the challenge?
There she goes, Nerea Marquez Soto. Not really been her week, the Spaniard. She was all conquering 2 years ago in Mexico City, and now she has to hold. Here come the cavalry. Going along quickly, lane number 6. Keep an eye on Sarai Gascon, her fellow Spaniard, who is finishing like a train. So too is Tony Shaw, the youngster from Great Britain, getting roared home by this partisan crowd. But no one is going to be able to catch Nerea Marquez Soto. It's an absolutely brilliant swim. 2:34.51. It's silver for Gascon as Spain won 2. Tony Shaw picks up the bronze for Great Britain. Her 5th medal of her maiden World Championships. But for Nerea Marquez Soto, at long last, she is on top of the podium. And that's what it means.
Well, she's had to wait all week for that opportunity. Her backstroke didn't go the way she planned. Her 400 freestyle didn't go the way she planned. But that 200 individual medley just went exactly how she planned. She really worked that first 100 metres, held off the challenge of the breaststrokers with the advantage over her on that 3rd length, and then was superb coming into the wall. No one could catch her.
That backstroke leg in particular was so impressive. So impressive. And breaststroke, as he quite rightly said, very much her weaker stroke. But she held off a very competitive breaststroke field behind her, kept them at arm's length, and then allowed her natural power and her natural endurance to shine through on the freestyle finish. Brilliant race from Nerea Marquez Soto of Spain. A Spanish 1-2, Tony Shaw picks up bronze for Great Britain. Full moon outside, but we are bright enough inside. The swimming has been lighting it up inside the aquatic centre all week long, and tonight isn't half delivering. Another victory ceremony on the way, and this will be a very special one for next year's Paralympic Games hosts. A Japan 1-2 in the men's S11.
The medals and gifts will be presented by Director of Swimming Sales Division, Swans, Ayumu Hirota. Winner of the bronze medal, representing Russian Federation,
a really good bronze for Russia in this one. It's a very quick race. first medal, Kirill Belousov has won this week. He's been very good. Third medal of the championships. 2 silvers and now a bronze. And it was a lovely moment between the 2 Japanese swimmers, hugging on the lane rope when they were both informed of the result by their tappers on the block. Uchu Tomita picks up silver.
And London 2019 world champion, representing Japan, Keiichi Kimura.
Keiichi Kimura has the set. Bronze in the men's 100 breaststroke, silver in the 200 IM, and now the gold. He waves to the crowds, they show him a lot of love. And quite right too. Here comes the Japanese national.
Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of Japan. Give it up for your World Championship medalists.
Nice moment between the 3 medalists. Such an incredible race. And what a race this was.
And now the victory ceremony for the men's 200-meter freestyle S4.
Now comes Roman Zhdanov, the new world record holder and the world champion.
Winner of the bronze medal, representing Israel, Ami Omadaniel.
Danny Dadawan of Israel. Brilliant swim from him. A little bit of podium maintenance required, but I'm sure he won't mind that too much.
Representing Japan, Takayuki Suzuki.
Taka Suzuki, you almost have to feel for him a little bit. He swam such an incredible event. It feels almost so harsh for him that he's not ended up on top of the podium at any stage.
There's still time, but like I said, he hasn't done anything wrong. He has just come up against some very in-form athletes.
Representing Russian Federation, Roman Zhdanov.
He was well inside the world record time. His problem was so too with this man. His 3rd world record of the week, his 3rd gold medal of the week. Roman Zhdanov is on fire in London 2019.
Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of Russian Federation.
Well, you're quite right, Liz, when you mentioned that the result of that race seemed to garner a more emotional reaction from Roman Zhdanov than we've been accustomed to this week. He's already broke world records, he's already won gold medals, but when he hit the wall in that one, that seemed to mean that little bit more.
Yeah, and it might just be that he's coming to the end of the week and the magnitude of his achievement is starting to settle in his mind, because you can't afford to get too emotional when you've got a busy program, because the swimming by itself is exhausting. So you really have to look to manage your emotions throughout the rest of your the way that you conduct yourself. And so maybe now that he's just allowing himself to enjoy that success as he comes towards the end of what has been a very busy but an extremely successful campaign for him.
Still relatively young, Roman Zhdanov as well. Debuted in Glasgow in 2015 and looked exceptional. Similar to a lot of the Russian athletes who did that, he has had to wait a little while until he's back in international competition. But he is making the most of this World Championship. Here comes the S6 50 flight. We start with the men. We've already seen Alejandro Rojas of Spain and Juan Jose Gutierrez of Mexico, and Taliesin Glock, and now David Sanchez.
England 6 representing Mexico, Raul Martinez.
The second Mexican finalist is Raul Alberto Martinez.
England 3 representing Colombia, Nelson Crispin.
Taking it in, Nelson Crispin. Perhaps the favourite coming into this one. He's had a really, really good week. This man has got an awful lot of support behind him. Laurent Chartat, some European record in this event. Wang Xingang of China has had a really, really impressive meet. Already 3 medals, 2 of them golds. He's contributed to both successful Chinese relays, silver medalist in the 200 IM. As we start this then, Gutierrez, Sanchez, Crispin, Wang, Chartat, Martinez, Glock, and Rojas. Wang Xingang will be looking to follow in the footsteps of Wang Lixiao, who won the 50 flight in the S5 with a brand new world record. What can Wang Xingang produce from lane number 4?
Well, he'll be the last one to pop up, and there he is, using every centimetre of that 50 metres he's allowed underwater, and we see it pays off as he's a body length up on everybody else. But there goes the charge of Nelson Crispin, the Colombian in that white cap, in lane 3, closest to us, and the breakout Frenchman also going well, Chartat in lane 5. But here we go into the finish, and it is Wang Xingang that takes the victory.
Oh, that got close. That got very, very close, right on the wall. Wang Xingang of China, 31-32, just in front of Chartat in 31-41, 10th of a second, less than. European record once again for the Frenchman. Nelson Crispin in the bronze medal position. What a brilliant race. But it's deja vu in the 50 fly, in the S7 and the S5 class. Both have Wangs as world champion. This time Wang Xingang of China picks up the gold for the S6 category.
Look how close that finish was.
And 3 totally different touches as well. Brilliant swim from Chartat in silver, pushed Wang all the way, but not enough to overturn the eventual world champion. Silver for France, it's bronze for Colombia's Nelson Crispin. And this aquatic centre, I have a suspicion, is about to get very, very loud. The women's S6 has been a source of constant entertainment. Anastasia Zavali of Ukraine sneaking into the final in the outside lanes. Likewise, Anastasia Vyodorova on the other side. Verena Schott has won a medal this week from lane 7. There's a gold as well, so do not count her out in that lane. Liu Daomin of China will go in lane 2. And then we start to see the heavy hitters. Oksana Krull in lane number 6 for Ukraine. Nicole Turner on the other side for Ireland. A lot of support in here tonight for Nicole Turner. I think there's been a bit of confusion over one of the lanes. Nicole Turner stating her territory. In lane 5 is Jiang Yuyan, and in lane 4, Ellie Robinson. That now trademark focus. Here's the starters: Zabali, Liu, Turner, Robinson, Jiang, Krull, Schott, and Vyodorova. Ellie Robinson is the Paralympic champion. She is the world record holder. Can she be a world champion for the very first time? Jiang Yuyan has had an amazing meet. The breakout start, 14-year-old from China. She takes on the Paralympic champion from lane 5. Good start, though, from Ellie Robinson.
Yeah, good start, too, from Nicole Turner. One lane closer to us in that pink suit with the Irish hat on. They are the sprint fly specialists here. But Ellie Robinson, this is the one that she wants. She knows there's going to be a challenge from Jiang Yuan of China, the newcomer into this category at this meet. But here goes Ellie Robinson.
Jiang is having an amazing race. She is neck and neck with Ellie Robinson here. She has the longer touch too. Robinson has got to go. She's not going to get there. Jiang Yuyan. Oh, what a swim. Brand new world records. She can't believe it. What a week she is having. The 14-year-old is taking on the best in the world and is beating them. 34.86, a brand new world record. Ellie Robinson, silver medal in the event she's made her own.
And what a superb bronze medal for Nicole Turner of Ireland. They're getting Ireland's first medal of these championships. But what a swim from Jiang Yuan. Ellie Robinson knew she was a threat, but Ellie Robinson went from it from the start. Didn't do anything wrong. But Yang is the lady in form in this category at the moment, and what a breakout world championship she is having.
It's a golden hat trick for Jiang Yuyan. She's beaten Mareshko over the 100 freestyle. She's beaten Mareshko and Simmons over the 400 freestyle in a world record time. And she's beaten Ellie Robinson over the 50 fly and done it with a brand new world record in her debut championships. How about it, Jiang Yuyan?
Oh, look at that. Listen to those cheers. They are the Irish flags waving for Nicole Turner and that bronze medal.
Jiang takes the gold, Robinson the silver, Nicole Turner a fantastic bronze for Ireland. Well, 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 the drama keeps on coming tonight. It's back to the S3 races. We had one of these earlier on in the 150 medley. And back they come for the 50-meter freestyle. Here is Josia Topp of Germany. He followed Miguel Martinez Tajuelo out for Spain and Marcos Rafael Zarache Rodriguez in lane 1. Serhai Palamarchuk goes in 2. This is Yu Blankang of China. Vincenzo Boni of Italy. Lane number 3. The man who's been there and done it at international level. Denis Ostapchenko will go in lane 5. And the man in lane 4 is the newly crowned 150 metres individual medley champion, Diego Lopez Diaz of Mexico. Zarata, Palamarchuk, Boni, Lopez Diaz, Ostapchenko, Zhu, Topf, Martinev. This is the men's 50 metres freestyle S3 final. We mentioned it in the heats this morning. Diego Lopez Diaz seemed laser focused right from his very first heat. He knew what a big ask it was of him today. It would be a stunning achievement to win both the 150 IM and the 53 in one night.
Well, a variety of starts there. Only Hussein Toft of Germany going off the diving block, and he's getting the best start here. He comes up and in the lead, but it is Diego Lopez Diaz in that center lane, going very well for Mexico, along with Denis Ostapchenko of the Ukraine, and the charge behind from Vincent Boni, Zhu Liankang. But here it is, the question, can anybody stop the Mexican?
He's had such a fantastic day. He had to really manage how he swam. It's been an expertly managed day. It's going to be a gloriously golden championship for Mexico's Diego Lopez Diaz, who has done it again. 43.51, another gold medal. What a night for him. The silver medal will go to China, Zhu Liankang in lane 6. The bronze to Denis Ostapchenko. It's Serhai Palamarchuk who just misses the podium. But Diego Lopez Diaz, interestingly, for the freestyle, swims a different freestyle to his freestyle in the medley. He is quicker on his back. We saw that as he went out on the 150 medley. And that is what it's all about. Fantastic swim. Confirmation of those results. Diego at the double. Gold for Mexico. Zhu getting silver. Ostapchenko gets the bronze. Comes another medal ceremony. You're not going to be able to stop Carlos Serrano smiling tonight. Absolutely no chance. Somehow, Liz, we've only got 3 races remaining tonight. It's flown by.
Interim Chief Executive Officer of the International Paralympic Committee,
We've still got the 100 backstroke for the S10s, and we still have the mixed 4x1 freestyle relay for the visually impaired athletes. 3 brilliant races to come as we crown our medalists in the S7, 100 free. This was such a wonderful race. A great medal for the Ukrainian. Andrei Trusov with his 3rd medal of the competition. The silver in the 400 free and bronze now in the 200 IM and the 100 free too. And Botan Renenko is really enjoying his time here. He won the world records in the backstroke. He's silver medalist in the 100 free. Very versatile swimmer. And a very happy one at that.
Winner of the gold medal at London 2019 World Champions.
But speaking of happy swimmers,
Colombia,
Carlos Serrano is infectious. That familiar, beaming smile greets us once again. He's such a serious competitor, but he swims to win, even when he's in lane 8.
Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of Colombia. London, give it up for your World Championship medalists.
A very happy podium, clad all in yellow, but the man in the middle is the only man with gold. Here comes the ceremony of the women's S7 100 free. This result wasn't quite as up in the air as the men's. This was all about a terrific individual performance from Mackenzie Cohn of the USA.
Representing Italy, Giulia Terzi.
Giulia Terzi is a very, very happy bronze medalist though for Italy. Doesn't feel quite right to call it a breakout World Championships because they did this in Mexico, but to do it alongside Ukraine, China, Russia, Great Britain, who weren't in Mexico, is what makes this championship so impressive from the Italians.
Yeah, absolutely. They were worried, I think, about the depth at these championships, but they really have delivered.
Denise Graal of Germany picks up a silver medal, European champion. It's been a good end to the week for Germany, who've picked up plenty of medals over the last few days. Struggled in the opening days, but they've got going, and got going well by the end.
2019 World Champion, representing United States of America, Mackenzie Cohn.
Mackenzie Cohn still looks in shock about the whole thing.
It was a phenomenal time, which is what you were just about to say.
Absolutely, it really was. She went pretty close to a world record. That is one of those world records that you think, looking at it, will stand for a very, very long time. I'm not sure next year at Tokyo if it still will be, if Mackenzie Cohn carries on how she is.
Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of United
Doubles up
States of America.
here in London.
Give it up for your World Championship medalists.
There's another very, very happy podium.
Well, we say happy swimmers make fast swimmers, but fast swimmers make happy swimmers. It works both ways.
Self-fulfilling prophecy, eh?
Absolutely.
We've
Talking
got
of fast swimmers.
Oh, absolutely. We've got 2 more individual races tonight, ladies and gentlemen, and these 2 will be really, really fun. 100-meter backstroke in the S10s, first with the men and then with the women. First out is Artem Isayev of Russia.
Representing Australia, Cole Pearce.
Here comes Cole Pearce on the podium last night for Australia.
In lane 2, representing the Netherlands,
Bastaken of the Netherlands, lane number 2 for the Dutchman. Well supported in here tonight, as every Dutch swimmer has been. Laurent Morais of France. Still a lot of French in here tonight to get behind their man in this one. Riccardo Menciotti in lane 3 for Italy.
In lane 5, representing Italy,
Stefano Raimondi rides again. Such a versatile swimmer. He's already won the SB9 breaststroke today. He takes on Maxim Krypak now in the backstroke.
This is the men's 100-meter backstroke S10 final.
Isayev, Taken, Menciotti, Krypak, Raimondi, Morais and Pearce. No heat for this morning, straight through to a final. It's a little bit difficult to understand exactly where our swimmers are in terms of swimming the backstroke, but we know Krypak and Raimondi in particular are flying this week. They are at the very top of their game, and those 2 are the quickest coming into this meet. There is the Paralympic champion, Maxim Krypak. Since finishing in 4th on day 1 in the 50-free, behind Raimondi in goals, Krypak has been a man on a mission. 4 straight wins ever since. Is he about to make it 5?
Well, great start coming from the other Italian in the race, Riccardo Menciotti, the European bronze medalist in this event. Krypak, though, now hitting the front as we go into the halfway turn.
Half a second lead then for Krypak over one Italian, 7/10 over the other. Menciotti and Raimondi are finishing strongly, but will it be enough to stop this rapid Ukrainian? He's won just about everything this week, and as he comes towards the finish, I think he will win this one. He owns the world record, set that in Rio. He's going to go close to it, 57.24. This is lightning from Maxim Krypak. 58 dead, stops the clock, championship record, 5th gold medal. He is brilliant. Stefano Raimondi gets himself another medal, this time it's silver. Riccardo Menciotti ensures 2 Italians will take residence on the podium once again. But that is another magnificent performance from Maxim Krypak. No matter what the event, he just seems to be there.
Yeah, we saw it in the butterfly last night. He just seemed to, in the final stages of the race, find another gear and just move away from the field. And he just seems to be the example of an athlete who's really built through the week and got better and better every time he's got in the water.
400 freestyle, gold. 200 individual medley, gold. 100 freestyle, gold. 100 butterfly, gold. And now the 100 backstroke. What a championships from Maxim Krypak. He wins it in a championship record time, 58 dead. Stefano Raimondi and Riccardo Menciotti pick up silver and the bronze.
This is the women's 100-meter backstroke S10 final.
Here comes the women's 100-meter backstroke S10.
Representing Spain,
Julia Benito de Tena goes in 8 for Spain. Michaela Jenkins has had trouble finding her lane all week. She's still getting used to this whole World Championships thing, but she's adapting in the pool brilliantly. Susanna Cole of Estonia is out in lane 7. Aurélie Rivard is in 2. She's won just about every race she's been in this week. She isn't a backstroke specialist by any stretch, but she will be a big threat from lane 2. Jasmine Greenwood likewise from 6. The Aussies looking to finish Saturday on a high. Anaëlle Roulet giving the French something to cheer in the last individual race of the night. There's plenty of them in here tonight, and they're making a big old racket. Lisa Kruger of the Netherlands, already a silver medalist in the breaststroke earlier. She will go in lane 5 for the Dutch. Bianca Papp, though, was quickest through this morning, 69.29 for the Hungarians. Jenkins, Riva, Roulet, Papp, Kruger, Greenwood, Cowell and Benito de Tena. Women's 100-meter backstroke S10 final. The end of the individual races for Saturday night with a box office draw. Will it be Lisa Kruger's first gold medal of the meet at the 4th time of asking? There's the lady who stands in her way, Bianca Papp of Hungary.
Well, it is Bianca Papp in the lane 4 of Hungary, who is the pre-race favourite. She's the world champion, she's the European champion, she's the Paralympic Games silver medalist. But with backstroke, the fly kick underwater, 15 metres off the start and the turn, can have such an impact. Aurélie Rivard of Canada down in lane 2 started very well. And Lisa Kruger of the Netherlands is going very well here down the first 50 metres. It's going to be tight at this turn. But it is Kruger that's in the lead by 0.29 of a second, with Jasmine Greenwood, the young Australian, currently in 3rd.
Set up for another grandstand finish. What else did you expect? In towards home they come then, 25 metres out, and it's Lisa Kruger who leads. The Dutch getting very excited here as they come towards home. It is Kruger from Papp. Bronze at the minute is anyone's, but Aurélie Rivard is staking a claim. And here comes Bianca Papp. She is finishing like a train. It will go to the touch. Who's going to get there? Kruger by 100th of a second. The finest of margins. And Kruger, at the 4th time of asking, is a world champion in London. And she can barely believe it.
Well, she went out hard and it paid off.
Bianca Papp, the silver. Bronze in the end did indeed go to Aurélie Rivard, Canada. But Lisa Kruger has looked absolutely ecstatic when she won a bronze earlier on this week. Always wondered how she'd celebrate a gold. Well, now we know.
Well, she did. She took that out. She held on. She knew that Bianca Papp would finish strongly. Lisa Kruger swimming in a suit that Jessica Long designed and gave to her for this race. So, well, it paid off again. What a swim there. Winning by the finest of margins.
Let's have a look at this touch. Oh, it's close. You cannot see the difference. That's how close it is. It's the underwater from Kruger that gets it. And there's the reaction when Lisa Kruger knew. beautiful moment. And she is the world champion, the 100 backstroke, 69.22. Bianca Pat with silver, 69.23. It doesn't get closer. Aurélie Rivard with the bronze. These races, eh? These races. Well, we're about to see the medal ceremony for the men's 200 individual medley SM8. And Robert Griswold has been through the ringer tonight. He won the race. He was in first position. He was subsequently disqualified and has now been reinstated. Roller coaster of emotions for the American. But his swim really deserved the position that he holds. It was an absolutely terrific effort. Jesse Ongles picks up a bronze for Australia. Very fine bronze as well for Jesse Ongles.
Winner of the silver medal, representing People's Republic of China, Yang Guanglong.
Yang Guanglong of China picks up his fourth medal of the competition. Silver in the 50 free, bronze in the 100 free. Another silver, this time in the 200 IM.
Winner of the gold medal and London 2019 world champion, representing the United States of America.
But it's been some competition this for Robert Griswold. His fourth medal as well. He's a double world champion. Gold in the 100 back, gold now in the 200 IM. Yeah, silver's also in the 100 fly and the 400 free. And he is taking it all in.
Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of United States of America. Give it up for your World Championship medalists.
Stunning performance by Robert Griswold.
Yeah, looks over the moon with that victory. If anything, he looks more happy with that victory than he did with the backstroke. Maybe because he was the favourite going into the backstroke.
And maybe also because he feels what it was like when it was taken away.
True, but I guess he's been through that roller coaster of emotions, but so have the other athletes who have to go through that as well. They go up and then they go back down.
He's someone you have to feel for is Niels Mortensen of Denmark, who was promoted to bronze and now will remain in fourth. It's always the worst position to finish anyway, but when you get that sort of glimmer of light that you might get a medal and then that gets taken away too, tough one for the Dane.
Absolutely.
This is a belting race, the 200 IM. Enrico Morlacchi, cheeky as ever. Tim Hodge is still just 18. Easy to forget that. He was at the Paralympics as a 15-year-old in 2016. He is slowly but surely coming of age for Australia, and he will go very, very well in the Paralympics next year. Don't you be in any doubt about that. Bronze medal for this World Championships. Enrico Morlacchi of Italy. His third medal on the competition, to add to his 100 fly shared gold, and his 4x1 medley silver.
2019 World Champion, representing Russian Federation,
Andrei Kalina is going to take some stopping tomorrow in the breaststroke, isn't he? That was some swim.
And that was what made the difference again. He made his move on that breaststroke and he held that advantage as a fast finishing Molaki charged down the pool. As did Tim Hodge. They both flying down that freestyle leg.
national anthem of Russian Federation.
The Russians are enjoying themselves in the stands. Federico Morlacchi, such a recognisable smile. He is the old stager now in that Italian team.
25, you're calling him old at 25.
But he's just got that experience, isn't he? He's almost like that older brother to so many of the youngsters that are coming through, the likes of Barlam and Raimondi.
But 25, don't call that old. I feel old.
He's younger than me. Who am I to call him old? Tony Shaw is certainly young, no doubt about that. And she's had an amazing World Championships on debut for Great Britain. She really, really has been superb. Her fifth medal, this. Took one in the relay and has won 4 individual medals, 2 silver, 2 bronze. Brilliant introduction to the world stage. Sarai Gascon, a silver medal. And she looks really pleased with that Sarai Gascon as well. Quite right too, that's some swim to get silver. Maria Marquez Soto then completes the Spanish 1-2. Mentioned when she finished the race, it's been a strange World Championships for her because we were so used to seeing her be all-conquering in Mexico, where it looked like she was unbeatable. But at last, Maria Marquez Soto has her golden moment. Vamos España indeed. A wonderful result. There's a young Stott, not quite used to these continental greetings. Lovely to see. Tony Shaw, still such a youngster. And a word for Tony Shaw, because she's swum an unbelievable World Championships. 5 medals on debut is really exceptional.
Yeah, she showed a lot of promise at European Championships this year, and luckily for her, she actually raced these Spanish athletes there, and that familiarity gives you confidence. And here, she's gone from strength to strength with her first World Championships.
She might not have won a gold, but she's in a class with Sophie Pascoe at the end of the day. There's only so much a debutant can do. Here we go then, it's our last race of the night. Barnstormer in prospect. We end with the relay. South Africa and Japan are already out. This is the 4x1 freestyle 49 points relay. Every athlete in this race is in the visually impaired classes, so S11, S12 or S13. Japan, interestingly, are swimming with 3 S11 blind swimmers. Here come Ukraine then, as we start to enter the middle lanes, and the danger for the medals. Marina Podubna, Kirilo Garaschenko, Anna Stetsenko and Yaroslav Denisenko. Here is Australia. Jenna Jones, Katya Dedekin, Braden Jason and Jeremy McClure. Spain will threaten from lane 3. They went really well this morning. Jose Cantero, Maria Delgado, Ivan Salguero and Marianne Poyo. Here comes Russia. Kirill Belousov, Roman Makarov, Anna Krivshina and Daria Pikolova. Once again, we see the Russians front-loading with their 2 male athletes in the first 2 legs. Here come Brazil, the favourites in lane 4. And America's record this morning, they open with the 50-metre freestyle S11 champion Wendell Bellarmino Pereira. They have Maria Carolina Gomez on leg number 2, the sprint double in the S12 class. Lucilene da Silva will go on leg 3, and Carlos Falkenberg will bring them home. Here's the start list then. Japan, Ukraine, Spain, Brazil, Russia, Australia, Italy, and South Africa. Now, to bring you fully up to speed, it's a mixed relay, so 2 men and 2 women on each team. You can put them in any order. The 49 points dictates the amount of classification points you can use up in sum total. For example, with Japan using 3 S11 swimmers and 1 S13 swimmer, that will bring them to 44. According to my maths, am I wrong, Liz? I'm sure you'll tell me. Maths was never my strong point. I'll leave that to you. But you get the idea.
46. They're going to 46.
It was close. It was close. But you get the idea. 49 is the limit. We are away. Brazil are the big favourites. And they have the 50-metre freestyle world champion on the opener, Liz. Wendell Bellarmino Pereira in the S11 class. The tappers will still be utilised in this one. The S11 swimmers do still have to swim totally blind.
Yes, and every team except Australia have put their S11 swimmer on the first leg. And it is Brazil with Bellarmino Pereira that is leading out. They've switched him in for Mateus de Souza, who swam the heat this morning. The Ukrainians have also made a change, bringing Marina Podubna in on this first leg. And already the Brazilians are doing very well here. The S11 athletes are obviously the most impaired in this visually impaired relay. They are completely blind, so they do tend to be the slower athletes. But now the Russian Federation have entered the water with Roman Makarov, an S12 male, and he has already overhauled the female world champion over 100 meters for Brazil, Maria Carolina Gomez Santiago. She will look to stick as close to Makarov as she can. And turning third, it's South Africa in lane 8 with Franco Smith, an S12 male. Again, the South Africans have put their male athletes on that first leg. But going very well here are the Russians in lane 5. Roman Makarov will hand over to Anna Krivshina, the 100-meter silver medalist at these World Championships by the smallest of margins. And then she will hand over on the final leg to Dario Piccalova. But before that, the Brazilians have handed over on their third leg to Luciliane da Silva Souza, also an S12 swimmer. So the two athletes at the front of the pile at the moment are both in the same category. They are both the same gender. But the Brazilians have a male S13 to come. The Russians have a female S13 to come. This is all getting very exciting, and the pack behind are chasing.
They certainly are. It really is getting exciting here in the pool at the London Aquatics Centre. This Saturday night is ending in style. Here come Russia then, down in lane 5, looking very, very strong. Leading them in here, Anna Krivshina was on the anchor this morning, has set them up onto the fourth leg. Daria Piccalova will take over. And in behind, look how level this is. Australia and Spain in the mix. And here come Brazil too. Brazil with Carlos Farnberg, the S13 swimmer, making up ground on Spain on the right-hand side with Marianne Poyo. And over on the left, Australia trying to hang in there with Jamie McClure, the S11 swimmer. And at the top of the race, Russia just trying to hold on.
Piccalova still in the lead at the moment, but here comes Carlos Farnberg for Brazil. He is their fastest swimmer in the quartet for the Brazilian team. He's the highest class. He is the male, but going very, very well in Japan. In lane 1, is Japan.
Here they come towards the finish. Yaroslav Denisenko carrying it in for Ukraine. What an anchor he has swum. 3:51.85. It's another world record sent tumbling in the London Aquatics Centre. Yaroslav Denisenko, what an anchor.
Well, Denisenko, the Ukrainians were the team that had the most depth. They switched out almost the entire quartet from the morning, and there he did. He sneaked in, Denisenko. Obviously, as visually impaired athletes, nobody could see him coming in from that lane 2. Another medal from lane 2, this time a gold.
Ridiculous swim, another world record. They break their own that they set in the European Championships last year. Denisenko on top of the lane ropes is becoming a familiar picture here in London this week. Brazil break their own America's record once again. They go much quicker than they did this morning, taking a good 7 seconds and change off that time. They ended so strongly, but Denisenko absolutely flew down.
Well, Denisenko has been the man in form at these championships for the Ukraine. He's an S12 swimmer now, formerly an S13 swimmer. His eyesight has deteriorated, and he has just come into London in exactly the right shape. There we see, he wasn't really even in the picture from where I sit, because I can't see lane 1 behind my screen, lane 2. So, what a swim there for Ukraine.
Absolutely fantastic. What a finish from Denisenko.
He timed it to perfection.
And the tactics from Ukraine have to be applauded. They worked it brilliantly. They timed it to perfection. Podubna gave them the start. Garaschenko kept them in there. Anastasienko held it on. And they gave their main sprinter a shot. Denisenko went out like a shot. Took home the golds and brought in a world record time for Ukraine. 3 seconds quicker than their time in Dublin a year ago.
It's a brilliant squad, a very, very strong squad. Full 49-point complement and brilliant athletes on each leg.
Medal ceremonies are next up to round off another spectacular night here in London. Men's 50 fly S6 is first up for us. Once again, the S6 category, a great example of the diversity of different impairments. Nelson Crispin will pick up the bronze initially for Colombia.
Winner of the bronze medal, representing Colombia, Nelson Crispin.
Great swim from him. Laurent Chardin of France swam a European record twice in one day. It wasn't quite enough for gold, but my goodness me, it was close. 900ths of a second in it. Chardin swimming a fantastic meet for France. The gold goes to Wan Xingang of China. A fantastic swim. 31.32. It had to be good. It had to be quick. The competition behind him was that fierce.
Ladies and gentlemen,
National anthem of China.
of People's Republic of China.
A brilliant effort from Wan Xingang. Another medal for him at these championships. The women's 50 butterfly S6 was an incredible race. A result that I don't think any of us were expecting. Big roar in the venue. Isn't actually for Zhang Yuyan or Ellie Robinson, it's from the Irish. That's because Nicole Turner is a world medalist. Huge ovation for her. See the Irish flags at the top of your picture there. They are going absolutely bonkers. Huge moment for Nicole Turner.
Winner of the silver medal, representing Great Britain,
Ellie Robinson puts on a brave face. It was a tough race for her tonight. A world silver medal. Wasn't her crowning moment, as many expected it would be. Blows a kiss to the teammates that have stayed behind to give her a massive cheer. She's run very, very quickly. But Zhang Yuyan has been something else at this World Championships. The 14-year-old from China. Another world record. Her third gold. She's beaten 3 different Paralympic champions in 3 events. On debut. Here comes the national anthem of China. And the ladies find the camera. That's going to be some battle next year, isn't it?
Absolutely, all with age on their side.
Yeah, 3 real youngsters. It could be a battle outrageous for years, that. Oh, the Mexican can finally afford himself a really big smile. He had to work so hard. It's very rare for an S3 swimmer to swim 2 events in a day, let alone win 2 gold medals against the standard of this field. Denis Ostapchenko for Ukraine picks up the bronze medal. Julian Kang of China picking up silver. Really good performance from Zhu. Likes of Serhii Palamarchuk and Vincenzo Boni touched out at the podium. That's the standard of field that Diego Lopez Diaz had to make his way through. The second time in a day. He's a world champion in the S3 class. He's done the 150-meter medley and the 50 freestyle double in the space of about 2 hours. Fantastic effort.
Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem
Comes the national anthem of Mexico. Fantastic achievement for the Mexican, who once again wins world gold. Three more presentations to come, the first of which is in the men's coming in the backstroke S10. Maxim Krypak has been here before. His 5th gold medal. In individual terms, he levels himself with Alice Ty.
Winner of the bronze medal, representing Italy, Riccardo Mezziotti.
2 Italians on the podium. First is Riccardo Mezziotti. His teammate Stefano Raimondi is having some week. He almost shared a moment there with Krypak where they looked at each other and said, I can't believe this is happening again. Here we are. Deja vu and all that. He's been brilliant. Really is one to watch in Tokyo next year, that is for sure.
Winner of the gold
Krypak, too long in the tooth now, too successful to be called one to watch. Everyone knows all about this man. He did it in Rio. He'll be looking to do the same as he's done in London next year in Tokyo. He has been brilliant this week. A 5th gold for Maxim Krypak of Ukraine.
Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of Ukraine. London, give it up for your World Championship medalist.
Well, Maxim Krypak back on the top of the podium yet again. He was really disappointed to miss the podium altogether on night 1 in the 50-meter freestyle, but he's definitely made up for that since.
Say, probably the worst thing Stefano Raimondi's done this week is beaten him to that gold, because he's been a man on a mission ever since. It's a lovely moment for Lisa Kruger of the Netherlands. She's a world champion this week in London.
Winner of the bronze medal, representing Canada.
She's taken a bronze in the free, a silver in the IM, silver earlier on tonight, and at last she gets the gold. Aurélie Riva, in by far and away not her best event, still on the podium, a testament to a truly brilliant swimmer.
Winner of the silver medal, representing Hungary, Bianca Papp.
Bianca Papp has a smile, but it is always so tough to lose a goal by 1/100th of a second.
Just another tight finish that we have seen this week.
And so many of them.
The gold medal and London 2019.
Lisa Kruger's been on the wrong side of a couple of them as well.
Representing the Netherlands, Lisa Kruger.
But she is taking it all in and is absolutely overjoyed. A bronze, a silver, and now a gold for Lisa Kruger.
Give it up for your World Championship medalist.
A glorious moment for Lisa Kruger. Final presentation for the night then was that amazing relay final.
The mixed 4x100 meter freestyle relay, 49 points.
They've got changed very quickly, to be fair to these athletes. It was not that long ago. Russia will receive the bronze medal.
Russian Federation.
Team of Kirill Belousov, Roman Makarov, Anna Krushina and Daria Pikolova.
Represented by Kirill Belousov.
Belousov getting his medal just there.
Krushina and Daria.
Led them out really, really well, the S11 swimmer. Anna Krushina, such a weapon to have. And she gave them a real chance. But sadly, Daria Pikolova couldn't hold off the challenge that came from Carlos Falkenberg and Yaroslav Denisenko on the anchor.
Winners of the silver medal, Brazil.
Here come Brazil. Wendell Bellamino Pereira led them out.
Represented by
The 50 meter freestyle S11 champion in the S11 class. That's Lucilene da Silva Sousa, who was on leg number 3. Carol Gomez was a brilliant go in the second leg. Kept Brazil right in the mix there as an S12 female. And the giant figure of Carlos Falkenberg. In the S13 class, Man Mountain. And he used all of his strength to will Brazil back into the race when they were well down.
Winners of the gold medal and London 2019 world champions, Ukraine.
2 times American record for today, Brazil. Broke the one they set this morning by 7 seconds in the evening. It was an incredible day for them. But these are the new world record holders. They were the old ones too. They set that in Dublin last year. But a brilliant relay. Marina Podubna there, who led them out so expertly, the S11 swimmer. Anna Stepsenko, who's already received her gold medal, was on the 3rd leg. Kirilo Geraschenko, expert second leg from him. And this man's been brilliant all competition long. Yaroslav Denishenko. What an anchor swim to get Ukraine over the line.
It's pretty much the perfect team there, 49 points for Ukraine, and they are the champions.
A lovely moment on the podium as our athletes share handshakes and hugs and kisses. A lot of mutual respect there, and one fantastic race. We only have, Liz Johnson, 1 day left now. Can you believe it?
It's gone gone so quickly. The racing has been incredible. I can't believe that it's day 7 tomorrow.
It is. We will be back with you, ladies and gents, for the final day tomorrow as we reflect on what was a fantastic penultimate day of competition. Saturday night, and London was in the mood. And the athletes delivered so many magnificent performances. We'll be back with you tomorrow for the final day as we send off these World Championships in style. We'll leave you with images from the very best of the moments from today. Myself and Liz, very good night.